On to the next one. Okay, I'm actually going to. So you're gonna go through Discord to do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's see. This is what I'm doing, Corona Gulp. We're watching this. In a second.
Yeah, I'm walking here.
Got it. Do I get the drugs then? You do get the drugs. This is the drugs.
Seeing their facial expressions before the debate starts is always priceless.
Indeed.
Before and after us.
What do you eat? You eat a bowl full of crystal meth. And Cheerios.
I do not condone this behavior.
I do. 100%. Based. And meth pilled. Okay.
Time to play some, bro.
Alright, let's make sure this is...
It's a cool scan
Alright,
that I love and appreciate. In my world.
Where you'll each get, time for opening statements. You'll have moderated open dialogue, and then you'll get closing statements. And we do call-in sections where people can call in from the audience. We'll do super chat, Q&A, that kind of stuff. Is all of that okay with you?
That is all okay with me. Just closing the door. Yep.
Okay, sounds good. And then which one of you wants to go first on your opener?
I'll let Rachel.
I'm cool with either.
Rachel, you want to go first?
Sure.
Okay, cool. So then what will happen?
It literally says debate on your channel. Just saying. It says Rachel Wilson debates Lauren DeLaguna. So I don't know how you thought it was an interview if your own stream says debate.
Yeah.
That is a good point, Lauren.
Because I thought we were going to be debating a little bit, but I kind of thought it was going to be the way that I debated your husband, where he just came on my stream and we got it. And we
wait, no, wait, Lauren, you didn't. I very clearly told you that we were not going to do that format and that we were hosting a debate. I told you this clearly in DMs that was going to be the format. I can read the DMs if you'd like.
Okay.
She's saying she'll still.
I don't really care. Like, I'm flexible. We could just go with it.
Okay, I'm just letting you know, like, that's That's what actually happened. I wanted to make sure it was perfectly clear, in fact.
Yeah, you were on Twitter going, "How long are you going to run from me? I want to
I was
debate you." And I was
wondering
like,
how
"All
long
right."
you were gonna run from me. It seems like you were taking.
Okay, well, hang on. Before we go live on our end,
Yeah, hopefully.
since it sounds like Lauren, you're the challenger in this, so
Okay.
the way we do it at the Crucible is
We're already
who the
live.
challenger is will go first. So you'll go. Okay, that's fine. But you'll go first on your opener then, and then you'll get the last word for the closing statement. Okay, is that cool?
Alrighty. Okay.
So what I'll do, I'm gonna drop us all down. I'm gonna do some introductions on our end, and then I'll bring you guys out. You'll get to introduce yourself to the Crucible audience.
Oh my god.
And then we'll get right into it. Cool.
Wonderful.
Good thought.
All right. I'm gonna go live right now.
Yes, he is mad cringe ginger. Mad cringe indeed. There's your food growing up. It's ice cream.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Crucible. I'm your host, Zen Shapiro. Glad to be back. Happy you're all with us tonight. Very excited. We've got a great debate lined up. We've got Rachel Wilson, also known as the Crucible's wife. She will be returning to debate Lauren DeLaguna, who has been on the show before, but she's making her official Crucible debate debut. They will be discussing the institution of marriage from a secular versus religious perspective. Lauren will be defending the former, while Rachel will be defending the latter. So should be a lot of fun. I don't think we've ever actually had this specific debate go down on the Crucible before. So we're keeping it fresh. We're keeping the content fresh for you guys. You know you're spoiled. We keep the content flowing, but the only way we can do that, of course, is if you support us. You know, do all the YouTube shit, like, share, subscribe. Public service announcement. Here at the Crucible, we want all of your money, so send it all to us via super chats, either on YouTube or the Dono Chat link, which is pinned in the top of the live chat. We will get to all of your super chats in the Q&A section at the end. And like I said, we appreciate your guys' support. It's been great lately. That's how we keep the channel sustained. That's how we keep the new and fresh content flowing for you guys.
Have a good sleep.
So yeah, send those super chats in, become a channel member, all the good shit, all the YouTube shit you're supposed to do. We appreciate it very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back with our debaters. Let me try this again.
Like for me.
Can you mute the song?
When we do it, take us Lauren DeLaguna on the left, Rachel Wilson on the right. Lauren, before we get into it, take a second, shout yourself out, tell everybody where
Copyright, you mean?
Hi, you can find me on Instagram, on YouTube, and on Twitter under the moniker Lauren DeLaguna, as spelled right here.
All right, thank you for being here tonight. And Rachel Wilson, shout yourself out, tell everybody where they can find you.
Oh, I'm muted. Okay. You guys probably already know me, but I'm the Crucible's wife, Rachel Wilson. I have a YouTube channel. It's called Rachel Wilson. You can find me on Substack at rwilson.substack.com.
All right. Thank you both for being here tonight, and thank you all in the audience for being here tonight as well. For those of you that are not familiar, the format we do here at the Crucible, 7 minutes for an opening statement, followed by roughly an hour to an hour and a half of open dialogue. At which point each side will get closing statements, and we do take callers here at the Crucible. So if you want to call in at the end of the debate, you can do so by getting a Discord link from the mods in the live chat, and then go into the Discord and get a stream link from the mods in the Discord. And they'll get you a stream link,
Let's
and you can
enter
call in
virgin
and ask
cute
your
as fuck,
questions
cute as a
directly to
virgin.
either
Is it
debater.
haram if
And of
it's a
course, we will read
threesome?
all of
'Cause
your
damn,
super
it's
chats
cute.
at the end.
I don't know if
We
you want to
appreciate
fuck
all
a
of your
Nazi,
support,
but
as always. So
Sorry,
we
what?
did discuss backstage because Lauren is the
person in
challenger.
my chat.
She will be going first. So Lauren,
talking
whenever
about
you're
Zen
ready, you have
Shapiro.
7 minutes on the clock for your opening statement.
Not an actual Nazi,
Okay.
but pretty damn close.
I understand that marriage, the institution of marriage, derives from a religious place. It derives from the church. It used to be a sacred bond between two people for a religious purpose, a promise to God to stay together for the purpose of creating a family. And this is how it was for thousands of years. And I 100% get that, and I appreciate that, and I think it's beautiful.
If you
and
want
I
to
think
send
it's
me a
actually the
photo of your
purest
mom, I
form
can
of
reveal
marriage.
it.
That
Just,
being
you know.
said, in America, we have constitutional rights. One of them being the First Amendment. With the First Amendment, the government is not allowed to discriminate based off your religious preferences. So that includes even discriminating against those who are atheist or
my tooth.
agnostic, those who are
he's just jumping over there to make you feel better.
So the government is not allowed to discriminate. And furthermore, even though there's nowhere in the Constitution that says marriage is a protected constitutional right, we have something called precedent in the United States. And in the United States Supreme Court, we have a couple of cases that show precedent that people have the right not only to get married, but to choose whom they marry.
Do it for free.
And so we have
Apex
Loving
said,
v.
"I'm
Virginia,
involved."
which was about interracial marriage. And
Corona
then we
Gulp.
have
Can
Hodges v.
someone link
Overfeld, which
Neve's
is on shaky
stream?
ground. And that's about gay marriage. But as of right now, we have constitutional protected rights to marriage, and the government is not allowed to discriminate based off race or based off religion or race, for that matter.
Well, you can do my kick stream because that's where you're talking to
reasons,
Kick stream? You want me to link your
have
kick?
the need
because
for our government to allow both the religious and the non-religious to get married. There are issues
wherever
with
they
this.
are, never mind.
There are many issues with this, including why we have these high divorce rates, how we don't have the same sanctity in marriage anymore.
Yeah,
The only way that you would be able to undo all of this is to completely get government out of marriage. So that would mean no tax benefits, no green cards, nothing, none of the benefits that you can possibly gain from marriage from the government can possibly come anymore if you want to completely make marriage back into a religious ceremony.
What?
And because I love America and I love the Constitution, and I don't think that we should start discriminating based
I like your photo. That's really cute. Is it like a dog?
Religion.
I can't really see super close.
I think that we should continue to work on the marriage laws in America, which are deeply flawed and currently hurting men more than women right now.
So you made a good choice.
We need to work on those, but at the same time, we shouldn't start discriminating based off religious preference. And I'll close right there.
All right. Thank you for that opening statement, Lauren. And Rachel, same goes to you. You have 7 minutes on the clock whenever you're ready.
Okay, so this kind of popped off because there was a little bit of a Twitter war that we had where Pearl said something about marriage being a bad deal for men, and maybe we just, maybe we shouldn't be telling men to get married when there's really no advantage and no disadvantage for men to get married in the current age. I agreed with her take, and Lauren challenged my take. And she kind of said, "Oh, you're being hypocritical if you're telling men not to get married. You're religious, you like marriage." So I would agree with Lauren what she said, that marriage was always a religious institution that was just recognized by the state. Prior to, it goes state by state when that changed, as Lauren would know. The states are the ones that have jurisdiction. It's not really a federal matter. The Supreme Court can rule on it, but it varies state to state what the laws are.
That's really sweet. What was their name?
I see no reason for men to have modern secular marriage. It's pure disadvantage for them. There's really no advantage at all. It doesn't really give them much protection. So what I would say instead is, why not return to the church, have ecclesiastical marriage? You used to have to petition your church to get a divorce. And your priest, your pastor, depending on what church you belong to, their ecclesiastical court
What's
or
the
their
record today?
clergy
It's
would deal
insane.
with the
It's
matter.
probably like
And then the
12 and
state
3.
would legally recognize the
What?
union. So in case of something like
My record for
polygamy
today
or
on
child
Overwatch,
kidnapping,
it's fire.
then the enforcement arm of the
Nice.
state is there to deal with those matters, right?
Max is a really cute name for a dog.
But I don't
I really
see
like
how
that.
anything Lauren said refuted my opinion, which is that secular marriage right now is a terrible deal for men. Not that I would ever tell men what they ought to do, but if they say, hey, I don't see any advantage or reason to just get a legal contract through the state it's basically a friends with benefits contract that's easier to break than a lot of gym contracts, than a lot of apartment leases, and things like that. So I just don't see. It's kind of incumbent upon Lauren to argue why men ought to even consider this
Okay,
purely
so
secular,
1,
legalistic
2,
form of
3,
marriage we
4,
have now,
5,
if
6,
it's not backed.
7, 8, 9, 10.
I'm sorry.
and,
I thought the debate topic was
kinda like-
whether.
Well, hang on. Hold on. Whoa. Okay. Thank you. Are you done, Rachel, for the opener?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you both for your openers. Before we get into it, I want to remind you guys we are going to be taking callers tonight. So if you want to call into the stream, get a Discord or get a stream link from the Discord mods.
What was the point of them interrupting
call
that?
in and ask a question
don't know.
directly. Discord link should be in and out of the live chat, and then if you're a regular in the Discord, you know where to go. So if you want to call in, you can do that. Be sure to get in the
happens
queue
quite
as quick as you
regularly.
can. And we also will, as always, we'll be reading super chats. So send those super chats in. I know we got a few already. We will get to all of those. And like I said, we'll do roughly an hour to an hour and a half of open dialogue. I understand this is going to be contentious, or I think it is. So I expect both of you to listen to my
Ren
moderation
is still in
and
your
adhere to it,
Discord?
and try to be charitable to each other. Try to
Yeah.
be concise and clear with your arguments. Keep interruptions to a minimum.
Fair enough.
But just as long as you
I think
adhere to
you
what I
joined, like, a couple
say,
days ago.
what I say goes, then we're not going to have any problems tonight. The floor is open, ladies. Go ahead.
Might have been last
Yeah,
night,
I have
actually.
a clarifying point on actually the prompt. So I felt the prompt tonight was whether or not we should ban people who are not religious from even getting married at all.
Well, if it clarifies it all, I see no point in doing it. I personally don't recognize it as anything. I don't believe secular marriage is a thing. Like, you can call it that, but it's a word. It's basically a word concept fallacy, right? So the word doesn't always have one meaning. So when modern Americans say they're married, what they mean is they went to a courthouse, went to the clerk, and got some paperwork signed. And then if for any reason they don't like each other tomorrow, they just go sign more paperwork that undoes the first set of paperwork. To me, that's not marriage. It's some kind of friends with
That's
benefit,
literally
living arrangement
society.
contract
Base.
of some kind.
Apex, she doesn't believe that secular marriage is a thing. So if you're not religious and you get married, she's like, why are you married? You're not religious. There's no point. That's stupid. Like, you're not really married. You just have a contract with your friend. Stupid. She's retarded. She's a cunt, and she's retarded.
But marriage is a sacrament of the church. So it depends, I guess, what you mean by marriage.
Okay, let me rephrase. Do you think secular people should be able to get married and have like the same recognition as religious people when they get married?
Recognition by
Like
who? The state? Yeah, I like the whole premise was, I don't know why you would. Why would you bother?
So
It doesn't mean anything.
So you don't get why other people
Again.
would do it, but you are still for it? You're still for the allowance of it?
I'm not. Well, first of all, there is no allowance or disallowance. You can sign a legal contract, right? I don't have any say so over the matter. But as an ought claim, do I think you ought? I personally think there's no advantage to secular marriage. Why would you do it?
I think we're
For
missing
what reason?
okay. Should the government only allow religious people to get married? Should the government only recognize marriages that are done in a holy union? Hold on, let me get a charger too.
Probably not.
Joyce has a house party going on.
No, I just finished filming on Sauce Cat.
Well, I mean,
so yeah,
we do this right now. I mean, we do have just the legal contract version of so-called marriage now. Do I think we should? Like if two gay people, if two lesbians want to LARP and pretend that they're married so that they can like give each other their Subarus when
There's
they
nothing more
die, like do
cringy
I
than a
care?
43-year-old woman
No, they
saying the
can
word
do that,
LARP.
but I'm not going to call it marriage. I wouldn't recognize it as such. And
Based.
for when we're talking about the problems that men are having these days and what the state of the family is, I would say we ought to return marriage to the church. I don't really care so much if the state lets people have secular marriage. I just think it's not marriage. And if you're a man who wants a family, be married in your church.
So
And the state should support and recognize religious marriage.
So if you don't care about all of this, when gay marriage was a vote before it was ruled on by the Supreme Court, because the federal court actually does have some say over issues on marriage, do you think that, or did you vote for gay marriage then? Is that what you're saying? You voted to allow?
I don't think I did. No.
Do you?
Gay
But
marriage.
I don't.
Marriage is
I mean,
inherently
again,
gay.
if the state wants to say two dudes are married, I guess the state can say that. But to me, it's not.
Yeah.
So, like, can I
The
stop those
thing,
people
no
from
one gives
doing
a
what
fuck
they
about
want? No.
what
Am
Richard
I
thinks.
trying to stop those people from doing what they want? Well, that's not up to me.
Okay.
But do I think gay men ought to be married? No. It's silly. It's not a thing.
But the thing is, you vote, and you're a very political person, and so is your husband. That's like your whole thing, is you guys talk politics. So you care about legislation, and you care about like the future of our nation and America. So it seems odd to hear you say, well, I literally don't care about the legislation at all. Like, anyone can marry anyone. At this point, it sounds like you're saying that you would allow the government to have, dads marrying daughters or dads marrying sons at this point. If anything goes, according to Rachel Wilson, I mean, you must have some care about the legislation, no? Or are you for?
Well,
What? What?
Ginger had a little bit of a typo, and it kind of fit perfectly, honestly. It's not love action roleplay, it's live action roleplay, but in this case, technically, kind of is love action roleplay because it's about marriage. That kind of fits. Shit.
If the poop fits.
Congratulations.
Did you say if the poop fits?
Mm-mm. No, I didn't say that.
Really?
No, didn't say that.
Congratulations on passing your bar exam, by the way. That's very cool. But if you pass the bar, you would know that, like, I personally can't allow or disallow. But if you're asking me what I think ought happen, I don't think we ought have secular marriage at all. I think it's completely pointless. I think that it destroyed the institution to turn it into a legal document rather than a sacrament, which you admitted in your opening is exactly what's happened. We no longer have cohesive family units. Now Steve and Bob can get married, which renders the institution completely meaningless.
Well,
so
that's exactly
do I think there ought to be secular or gay marriage? No. I think marriage ought to be a sacrament of the church that is recognized by the state.
Well, this is exactly why I, fight for proper legislation regarding marriage, because although it is a contractual relationship monitored by the state, which does take away a lot of the holiness of the original agreement of marriage, it's a requirement for our society to keep going to encourage marriage. And it seems odd to hear you say that you can't force anyone. Like, that's exactly what laws do, actually, is they require people to make certain, you follow laws, or else you go to jail or you get fined. So,
okay, great. So do you think the current laws about marriage actually do any of the things that you just said they should do? You said they should encourage people to, have families. Do you think the current marriage laws do that at all?
I think the current marriage laws do incentivize marriage in some ways. So, for instance, they incentivize people who are wanting to come stay here, to start a family here, to get married, to do so in order to get their green card. They encourage military members to get married in order to get added benefits. They encourage people to get married for tax benefits. There actually are a lot of encouraging. However, there's a lot of things within the legislation that you and I agree with that make marriage poor today. And I would like to work on improving that legislation, especially to make it more equitable for men, because right now I do think men have the shorter stick when it comes to familial
Also, Apex, there is no fucking God. Fuck that.
laws. And I would like to improve that legislation and not just become an anarchist, like, and surround myself with a church and not care about the world around me and only care about the church and what the church thinks about my marriage.
No, so what we did when we took marriage and made it into a secular legal institution, and then we added things like unilateral and no-fault divorce, is we just destroyed the institution altogether. Now it's completely meaningless.
You and I can agree that there's issues with unilateral and no-fault divorce. You and I can agree there. But I can also see some of the benefits to no-fault divorce and some of the issues with requiring an at-fault divorce. However, what I was going to say earlier to your point with, like, I don't see the point of secular marriage, that's fine. You can still have a religious marriage where it's done by the church, and you have to, in order to get divorced and have that.
Ooh, hold on, Neve. I have a change of plans here. I think will be good.
What?
We're gonna move into Angela's server, but I made a new. I made one more little voice chat in there. It's called Secret Live with a little shush emoji. It's only just now. It's only for VIPs and mods. That's it.
Okay. Well,
pop in there.
Can you call me because I'm in a game?
Yeah, I'll send you an invite. There you are.
Nice.
Now Grey Pill's over in my server.
Tell him to come here.
He's with Jack and Seva.
Then let them burn.
There we go. Damn. All right. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready to go.
Best.
That divorce recognized by the church, you have to have something like bigamy or polygamy or something along those lines. You could still have that while simultaneously allowing secular people to have a marriage as well that isn't recognized by the church.
Okay, but you said that the purpose of marriage is to promote cohesion and morality in society. Is that right?
Well, promote
do or do not.
Promote there is family, creating families.
Oh my God.
Did I say cohesion and morality?
That's good. I like that.
You don't know.
Well, what do you think? Let me ask a clarifying question. What do you think the point is of secular marriage?
I think the point is very similar to religious marriage, starting families, creating babies, which is why I'm actually not for Hodges v. Overfeld. I think that's shaky law. I voted against Prop 8 in California. Or if I didn't have the voting power at the time, my family voted that way. I can't recall. But I've been pretty consistent where I care enough about the legislation and I care about the sanctity of marriage at the same time. And I recognize that when we let politics invade marriage, it harms marriage and it harms like the value of marriage itself. That being said, it's been a requirement in our society. It's part of life. It's part of how we continue as a society. And therefore, we have to figure out a way to write legislation to protect the sacred nature of it and to keep families together to do all of the things that both you and I want.
Yeah, definitely in the video.
So, for instance, we can work on rewriting legislation to make it much more difficult to get a divorce. We could rewrite legislation to keep families together and incentivize, or at least incentivize families to stay together, because there are currently a lot of pieces of legislation that actually also incentivize divorce, especially when you look
but without a moral basis. How do you think you're going to create just secular laws that are going to encourage people to create lasting family bonds?
Okay.
Literally, the number one thing that determines whether people stay together or not is if they are religious and if they believe that that's the foundation of their marriage.
Holy shit, I forgot.
Like in every survey I've ever seen, it's right in the top one or two things.
I'd like to see
that. So how exactly do you propose we write legislation that, because let's just take a look. If you go back to prior to no fault, now there were problems before no fault because America was already a leader in divorce in the world in 1916. And this was in large part due to a lot of feminist suffrage related activism that wanted freer and easier divorce for women. So already by 1916, we were the world leader in divorce. And that's also when the birth rate began to decline significantly before birth control was ever even in the picture. So it seems that when you take this religious sacrament and turn it into, hey, anybody who wants to pretend they're married can be married, like two dudes, two ladies, whoever, just these atheists who have no moral foundation, everybody can get a certificate that says they're married, and then, you know, you can inherit each other's crap when you die and you can get a tax break.
The people that tell other people they have no moral foundation always act with the most immoral impunity.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of.
Say it again.
I said, why is it that people criticize people for not having moral foundation are always the type of people who have like no moral?
Yeah.
Or like don't act within their own
they
moral framework.
Yeah. They're just like the biggest pieces of shit ever.
They just suck.
Yeah, wild projection. That's why. There's a guy at my job who is probably one of the most retarded hypocrites I've ever met in my entire life. The dude will fucking bitch at me and call me stupid and lazy for things that he does tenfold. It's insane. Like, he'll see me on my phone for like 10 seconds. He'll like glance at me and I'll like be on my phone or something. And then as he's driving away, like, fucking lazy piece of shit. Meanwhile, that stupid fucking retard is taking naps in the aisle.
That's fucking dumb.
Yeah, the dude is brain dead. I don't understand how he honestly believes that he has any fucking right to criticize my work when this fucking stupid cunt takes twice as long to do a single job as I do and fucks off for hours at a time and has dropped shit recently and refused to take a drug test. The dude is just so stupid. It's insane. And he's so petty too. It's like I'm in high school. My God. You ever just really want to murder somebody, but you're like, but jail?
I don't think so. I don't get that mad.
No? You've never just met somebody that you're like so frustrated with how stupid they are that you're just like, you know, killing them would be so nice, but I'm just, you know, not an idiot.
I mean, not me specifically, but I'm just like, wow, if there's a circumstance where this person were to just like, bye.
Yeah, it's like,
and I don't know how upset I would be about it, kind of thing. But yeah, I've never been like, oh, I want to do this.
Like ruins every single day of your job.
Yeah, that's ruthless. But
Yeah.
I mean,
Realistically, I just want to beat the shit out of him. That'd be nice. And if I could get away with it. But I'm not gonna fucking do that and lose my job and go to jail. So self-control, you know?
yeah, repentance is convenient, isn't it, Ginger? So nice. Isn't it convenient that you can do whatever you want as long as you say sorry, huh?
What? The issue is I think being religious means they have morals. Hypocrisy is one hell of a drug. That's a big misconception. Oh yeah, the whole repentance thing is yeah. Yep. His response is murder. Yes, it is. Let's not forget this is Kinkle's response to Neve's virtual signalers are so immoral type shit. Damn. Wait. Virtue signalers? No, I'm talking about hypocrites, not virtue signalers. I'm talking about hypocrites. No, my response to the guy at my job is murder, but not actual murder, just like wanton murder. Oh, wait, Ginger, what is your Israel comment? And am I
What
terrified?
about Jack Ginger?
I didn't like Ninetails Israel comment. It was not great.
What was it?
I gotta reread it. I have it in my
I think I have already an idea where it's headed, but
because she's a leftist.
she's kind of like a fascist.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think she's that far. I just think it would be funny and ironic.
It's gone. It's gone. It's not in my chat anymore. I'd have to go
What
to
did
like
she
a
say?
restream. I don't remember exactly what it was. But it was basically the leftist take, you know. The Palestine
Oh,
not
like
bad.
W Hamas type thing.
Yeah, the Israel does it so Hamas can do it, you know. It's yes, I condone the murder of babies. That's why I hate Israel. Word. Okay, so that means Hamas can just be fine and do the same shit. They're better because they're just retaliating. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Your
that's fucking
points
dumb.
there,
It's
but
dumb.
where I lose you is how do you square the fact that we have a right to marriage and we have non-religious people in this country and we have a right to be either religious or non-religious?
Well, I think the foundations of America are deeply flawed. I take a whole chapter in my book to talk about it. But
no one's reading
the
your
fact
book.
remains that you can't what's
I
that?
haven't read Occult Feminism yet, but is on my reading list, so I will eventually get around to it.
We like that. But what you can't do is take something that's supposed to be this is much of what America tries to do. It tries to borrow from Christianity and keep the morality, keep the part we like, you know, the stuff that works, but then
Yeah,
just
she
make
wrote
it
a
secular.
book.
And my whole point is that doesn't work. You can't do it.
But what do you
It
think
removes the entire foundation.
But what do you think about like freedom of religion?
I think it was generally a very bad idea, because what freedom of religion tends to mean from a legal sense is you can do witchcraft and nobody can tell you can't, right? You can create a Mormon cult where you can have polyamory and all this stuff.
Wow, it's
you believe in
almost like
witch
these
hunts?
religions are just as valid as
Like,
Christianity.
What do you mean?
Like you're saying, if you could do witchcraft and nobody could tell you can't, well, only people who do witchcraft really believe in witchcraft. So why would you care? It's kind of like, oh my God, they could praise Christ.
Well, I'll tell you why I care. If you probably know all about this. The Church of Satan has said that abortion needs to be permitted because it's one of their sacraments. Susanna Budapest, who was an immigrant to this country in the 60s, went to San Francisco and was the first person to successfully overturn witchcraft laws that banned witchcraft, because she said, I have the right to religious freedom as an American citizen now that I've gotten my citizenship, and you can't tell me I can't do witchcraft. And witchcraft, whether you believe their actual magic works or not, doesn't matter, because they practice things like homosexuality, orgies.
These are illegal. It's illegal to be
human sacrifice.
No, they're not practicing human
Yes,
sacrifice.
exactly. It's all legal, right? It's all these things are legal. You can get an abortion. You can be homosexual.
Okay.
And why? Mostly because of freedom of religion. Because it's like, well, we got to let you do you, bro. I can't tell you what's right or wrong.
Okay, hang on, Rachel. Let her respond. Let her respond, Rachel.
So, like, if you were a witch, for instance, and you moved to a state where it was illegal to have an abortion, you wouldn't have like a First Amendment right. You wouldn't be able to say, well, my religion says I need to have an abortion, so you must allow me. There are limits to your freedom of religion. You don't get to just say, I'm going to break this law, which is in the books, not based off a religious reason, for my personal religious preference. So just because some witch wants to move to San Francisco and practice witchcraft and overturn witchcrafting laws and have orgies and have gay sex, fine. She's probably going to have orgies and gay sex anyway because she's in San Francisco. So
yeah, so just make it legal, right?
It's already legal. It's already
so everything that you.
Last time I played this,
now it's my turn to respond. So now it's my turn to respond.
Last time you played Overwatch, what?
Both sides of your mouth, because you said
I'm playing this character like named Hanzo, and he's got like one shot potential, but it's like hard to hit shots. But I'm like hitting all the shots, so like when you do that, people just die instantly, and they start into cheating. But you're just
and
like,
no longer based in any sort of religious moralities. They removed the morality part. So now all marriage is. Like you said yourself, well, I guess you could get a tax break. Well, these are all things we can do without it being marriage. They could call it something else and just give you a tax break for cohabitating. But let's take a look at what happened when we removed.
Kanklemore, have you been in an orgy before?
Yeah, have you?
Yes.
What the
hell? Small
Are you
one.
Also a Satanist?
But
no, there's no such thing.
It was like technically it's more than
how many
three.
people?
It was 4 people. It was just more than an orgy, not called a foursome. But no, yeah.
Hey, wait, what's the definition of an orgy?
More than 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's actually I don't hate that.
Yeah. Been in one orgy and fuck. 1, 2, 3.
Is it still an orgy if if there's 4 people having sex in a room, but you're having sex in partners? Do you know what I mean? So like it could potentially, okay, so like not necessarily couples. So like 2 couples are in a room, okay, like they're not actually together, but they're like, let's say like 2 different groups of people met each other at the bar and they're in the same room having sex, but they only have sex with that one other person. Is that still an orgy?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, that could be just, I don't know. It could be group sex. I don't know if that would be an orgy.
Katniss, everything.
The people on, yeah, I was just about to answer ICB. Relax. Also, their names are there. Lauren and Rachel are debating marriage rights. Fuck this bitch. This one sucks. All right. This is the moderator. She's a fucking Christian nationalist, extremist, crazy lunatic, and kind of a cunt.
I know.
She's very close to a Nazi. Because we are a mafia and we say so, that's why. Yeah, based. ICBM donate to Kanklo. No, I'm not a leftist. What? What? Are you retarded? You think because I said someone's a Christian nationalist extremist that makes me a leftist? Bro, are you the dumbest person on earth? You're not on Rumble, dude. The fuck? Fucking
Who's this?
autistic retard. No, I'm not a rightist either. The fuck?
Who are you talking to?
This fucking dumbass in my kick chat. And the far right would be the rightist and far left would be leftist. I'm like a center left leaning. Because I hate it when people say, oh, you're a leftist. Dude,
Yeah.
I get so many fucking retarded people saying, you're a leftist because I call somebody a fucking nationalist idiot or like a Nazi. Oh my God, it's so
Yeah.
cringy. And you said,
Yo.
oh, you're a leftist. I get it. Dude, that's clearly
Yo,
sarcastic.
Kenka, we was in your server, bro.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me.
I ain't Dragon Jack in here.
Okay.
Not today.
Okay.
Watch my mouth?
Huh?
Bro. Get the fuck out of here. Kill yourself.
I'm lost right now. What are
Not
talking
you,
about?
my chat. Don't drag
Okay.
Jack in
My
here,
teammate is
Saba.
bullshit. My teammate is bullshit.
Don't drag Jack.
Do not.
No, do not.
Okay.
This is a secret live for a reason.
This is an Albanian free zone.
I'm out. Okay, let me say this. I don't know if you, well, I know you probably know, Ken, because I had posted this a little bit up for you kind of figure it out.
Bye bye.
But, Neve, I don't know if you knew this, but
I'll be right back.
okay, this supposed to be Lauren's thing, but all the membership stuff was going to Andrew, and then this is the outfit because the base guy, because he came on asked a dumb question. Excuse me. So
My super secret.
this was the
sex club.
original outfit she wore on Saucecast, but she just had a jacket over it. That was it.
My super secret sex club.
Are you talking to someone's chat?
Sure, Corona, go.
No, I said Neve before I spoke.
Oh no, I watched like the whole thing.
Oh, the Saucecast one?
No, the Rachel one.
Oh, this one?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done with this. As soon as I saw the ending where she was just nutting up, and then Saba told me what happened at the ending, and I was like, "What was the point of this whole quote unquote debate?" I don't
So
know.
they can try and dunk on her, I guess.
That's what I saw the whole time. Everybody just sitting there making a fool. Honestly, I kind of felt bad for her.
Yeah, I did too. She did okay though. There were just like moments where I'm like, Lauren, you don't have to answer this. Like, Lauren, ignore that kind of moments where I'm just like kind of a little frustrated to have seen it.
Yeah,
Because
like
yeah, there was a
up.
bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, like shut the fuck up.
You don't have to answer to that type thing. But yeah, like if anything, it just kind of showed that like she was trying her best to be good faith, and I feel like she was. So
All right, fair enough. I'll
yeah.
take that.
Well,
on.
she like indulged everything to the point to her detriment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it was like, okay, sweet. You know, a lot of other people would have like wiggled out of this or like not answered this properly or whatever. She answered every single question, including the ones that are just like painted to try and make it look dumb. So it was like where she
There
started to
was
fight back at more at the
indeed
end.
shade
So
being
I thought
thrown.
that was cool.
Yeah, but did you hear the I guess what Andrew had brought up the original question to her, like
Super
the actual topic of the debate, and then he asked her to
Apparently there
repeat
is
it.
Astra.
Yeah, that was
Apparently.
cringe.
I just learned.
Dude,
I just
I
learned that
wouldn't
I'm
pull
in
up my
one. So
fucking my
in the
fucking
secret VC,
DMs.
and we were talking about orgies.
I was that was like definitely one of those moments. I was like, Lauren, like, what are you doing?
I was
girl?
asked
Like,
if I
don't
was
do
ever
this.
in an orgy.
Fuck them. You don't owe
I
them
seem
shit.
to enjoy talking shit. Did you just make another account? ICBM? Is
Yeah.
that you?
Otherwise though, like I don't think that Rachel made any compelling arguments. I basically like felt like I knew what she was gonna say from the very beginning.
Yeah, I felt it was a team
secular
effort.
humanism.
Yeah, I felt like it was a whole
I'm a virtuous person. I just act like this on the internet. It's like, dude, no, you don't. You suck. You're not even like, you're the most immoral person I've ever seen on the internet. Like, fundamentally, you just suck. Sorry.
No, you're good. I don't know. Because I found this is like a repeat when she did. This is kind of a little bit of same, just a little bit of the situation she had with Hunter Avalon when him and him had back and forth
I would
debates. But it was pretty much a
probably
one-on-one.
blow your head off with my
And,
shotgun.
The advice I gave her
also,
earlier, like pretty much is like have
what
some
anime
prep
body
time,
pillow?
ask questions like how exactly how
You think just because I have that
and just
I'm
make
like
sure you
some
keep your
hardcore
boundaries.
weeb?
So if it actually like
Come
how this
on,
went,
dude.
if it steers a little bit away, like no, this is not what we talked about. This is not what we
Kill
agreed upon,
yourself.
and then just keep it like
Unironically,
that.
kill
you know?
yourself.
But
You're retarded.
I don't know. I was like, she just roll with the punches.
Yeah.
But not be me.
She did pretty good considering she was on the odds were kind of stacked against her from the beginning. So.
What's up, Gurpreet?
Did you get to see any of the Saucecast ones or no?
Nah, I'm not watching that.
I have
That's
not.
pretty annoying.
What was the topic?
It really wasn't a topic. I mean, relationship stuff, but the questions that Value Tamer was asking was like it's always like pushed a narrative. Like he was the first question was it sounded like hey, what would you do if you're a girlfriend? It sounded like hey, what was that?
No, what the fuck was
That
that?
was I opened up my stream in a tab to fix something. So it just played your voice through.
Shit, that threw me off for a hot minute. Yeah,
You're a secular humanist, Angry Ginger? You bitch. Kidding. I mean, like, we all are, right? By their definition. If we're not religious, we basically are. But
Angry is in chat.
Yeah, he's in my chat.
Oh,
and
what's going on, Angry? Come join us. Come join us. Yeah, but it was pretty much like the question was supposed to be the baseline, like, hey, if you're dating somebody like 3 to 6 months, and she decides to take a trip to Miami with her friends, how would you handle it and stuff like that? But he made it like over exaggerated, like like girls trip, girls going wild type deal, and how his antics. Like, I don't think he's funny. He just looked like goofy when
it
trying to be funny.
is Andrew's wife. This is
that
the
was like
Crucible
one of the questions.
platform.
Then something about
his platform.
Whether you did single mother, all the guys was like, hell no. And then he asked ladies like, what do you think the men should date single mothers? And half of them like put up yes, most put up no. And then they went from there. And then I guess that's when Janelle Gordon got offended. She was like, yeah, I would like to say this, no disrespect to nobody, but
not Andrew Saturn,
any guy got to
aka
date me, and my son got to be a real alpha male to handle me and my son.
You should probably tie
I saw your faces,
a rope floss to whatever tiny dick you have,
Griff, so,
and then tie the other
was
end
good the whole 30,
to that cinder block you were going to put on the gas pedal
stuff
and
that
throw it off
women.
a cliff.
But now you get offended. Now it's like, hey, you got to be alpha male. Man.
Honestly,
Kill yourself.
If she didn't have,
you are literally
have a child, she would be
trash.
the first person to try and dunk on a single
Your
mom.
idea
100%.
is so much better.
First person.
Yes,
it's just like
obviously
you mean an inconvenience to
the
her.
most
it's like a disability,
fucking garbage, cliche.
It is, and I think
movie
she
trope
feel that way too.
Ever.
Because she supposed to been with some dude last time she was
brick
in
on the
Destiny,
gas pedal.
and now
Your idea is better.
And it was some young dude. Now she's in.
You're actually retarded.
Saucecast Valuetainment tells me, yeah, I got me a new guy. Yeah, I took your advice. I'm keeping everything to myself. I don't like this chick.
God damn. This fucking dipshit keeps making new kick accounts and ban evading in my chat. My kick chat. It's really annoying. Dude's just completely retarded.
Be honored. Or someone would ban evade my chat.
I kind of just hope he kills himself. That'd be sick. Your chat is interesting today. What's going on? I'm dealing with some dipshit in fucking my kick chat. He's just a scumbag that should probably rope himself. Hardcore. Dude's a legit dirtbag. I hate stupid people like that. They're just so
I
frustrating.
hate secular humanists
Best.
like Ginger.
Morality, this idea that
Take
there's
off.
such a thing as
Base.
secular morality, this emphasis on rights with no regard for duties whatsoever is the entire problem. It's the reason why America's all fucked up. We had less than 5% of children being born out of wedlock in 1960. Now that number is close to 50%.
Follow me on
We
Kick
had
Angry.
only a very
He is
small
the
number of
ghetto
children living in the home
angry.
without their dad back then. Now it's the majority. Most marriages fail now. A lot of people aren't even bothering. They seem to agree with me. The marriage rate has declined precipitously because they agree with me that there's really no point to it.
So then
It's
you
just
would,
a living agreement.
so then you would actually
Precipitously.
want the government out of marriage complete. Like you would just want to separate the two.
No, I mean, what we had before this horrific experiment of Enlightenment, human rights, secularist nonsense, what we had was thrown in all
Human
sorts.
rights. Oh
It
my
was always
god.
that the
I
church
know.
and the morality of the church
human rights. We
informed
stuck
the
to it.
state.
Are you
Whether you
kidding?
had a monarchy or some other kind of form
He
of government,
reported my
the
Twitch channel.
morality of the church
Sick, dude.
informed the state. As you said, the foundations of law are morality that comes from the church. Like the Justinian Code is kind of the basis for most law in the West.
Oh, Angry Ginger.
So
Thanks for the
when you try to
follow.
extract that moral foundation and just make laws that are based on you do you, bro, like I can't stop you from cooming, what happens is nothing means anything. Everything is just a formality. Everything is just paperwork and nobody gives a shit and they just dismiss it and do what they want.
Would you rewrite the First Amendment?
Well, see, this is something that takes us way off track. Asking Rachel Wilson
No,
what
that's
she
a
would
fair
do.
fucking
Oh,
question.
let's ask Rachel what her form of government would be if she could rewrite I wouldn't rewrite amendments at all. I have my opinions, but I don't even believe women should vote or
That's a
be in
fair
government
question.
because we can't enforce any of those things anyway. So
He's not.
I could have my opinions on it, but what we're talking about right now is the U.S. law as it stands regarding marriage, and it's a horrible failure. It's a terrible failure from every metric that you could ever look at.
Stop bothering
And
with Kick
if
for
there's
today.
any measure
She's
by
just
which
annoying.
it's successful, you can inform us of what that is.
No, I feel like I'm recognizing the flaws in the American marriage system and the American family
You're
court,
16.
and I agree with you in a
actually.
lot of the flaws that we currently
Huh?
have in modern marriage. I disagree with you though on the solution, especially because I
Maybe go
really
back
don't
to your
feel.
other camera angle. Looked it better for a hot minute.
Which one? The one from the back?
It showed the
What are you
back.
talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah, that looked really cool.
It does it
Oh
to
my
every 2
fucking
minutes.
Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. Oh
You
my
okay,
god.
dude?
Yeah, I'm gonna just start saying Neve name very clearly. So when I say things, so it won't be like a question form when Neve pops up and say, "Hey, what do you mean by that?
Well, I don't
What's
know
going on?"
sometimes because crazy. I don't know.
Angry says,
But like I'm hearing, so I've offered like having government out of marriage. I've offered having like the government ban religious people or non-religious people. I've offered like several solutions to you, or I've offered changing legislation to promote. And I feel like all you're saying back to me is
good night, Angry. He says you gotta go
secular
pray
marriage doesn't make
for
sense. It doesn't make sense because
secular Jesus, also known as Joe.
You kind of look like George Carlin, Ginger. If he's who I think he is, you kind of look like him.
Later, Ginger. T1000.
Where the fuck is the
No,
robot?
that's Bill Burr.
Where the fuck is the robot? Oh, sorry. No, that's Bill Burr. Do you look like Bill Burr?
I don't know. I'm about to Google
I don't really
now.
know. Yeah, I don't know if you look
Oh.
like Bill Burr. I can't think of what he looks like right now. Well, kind of, I suppose. Yeah, kind of.
Winnebago Fago.
You know what? Because you're my friend, Ginger, I will let you choose. Would you like to be Bill Burr or the other guy we just talked about that I can't remember?
Oh, he do like Bill Burr. He do favor Bill Burr with the shaved head and a little fuzzy beard. Because they got another one with him, but got kind of like the full hair. Yeah, he favored Bill Burr.
What do you call a cat comedian?
I don't know. What do you call a cash comedian?
Cat comedian.
I don't
Bill
know.
Purr.
You're not a.
Uh,
Okay, yeah, no, you're
Is this how they be making jokes
you're
in
definitely
Canada?
that fucking
yeah.
retard again.
Yeah, I'm definitely
Aren't
not
they
going to visit.
extra funny?
Ah,
No, I'm not going to visit.
you're just so annoying. Do you just ever like fuck off? Are you like
Well, don't come to
are
Canada
you
because
this
you're not funny,
like
mister.
lonely
Only funny people
and
allowed.
this bored? Like
That's a lie.
for real?
I wouldn't
Yeah,
visit
you have to
Canada.
meet.
You're this much of a loser. This is
You have
literally
to
all you have to
be.
do
You
is
have to
like
meet a
just
particular
angrily
standard,
troll
okay?
some
We don't just
fucking
let anyone in here.
And that's a lot too. That's a lot too.
some random dude online.
I'm gonna go in, hang
Is
around
that your
my 6
life?
months, and then dip out on the 58th.
Canada, even humor is polite, kinda
That's
sometimes.
kind of pathetic, honestly.
It can be really facetious and dark, but most people
That's
won't pick up on
crazy.
that because they think that Canadians are really nice, so they just won't take you serious. They won't take us seriously when we're being pretty ruthless. But
You're not sure what I'm talking
Chris
about.
Buchan, that whole 3
No,
hour,
the
whatever
how
that
can I
was,
be like
debate with
you when I
Lauren,
grow up? That's sarcastic
2.9
shit.
views in an hour.
That's definitely
That's
not
crazy.
like the biggest indicator
no,
That was not a debate.
that you're the fucking same person I was just dealing with on Kick and Twitch.
And it was his channel that was getting the
Dude.
the cash apps, the memberships.
Yeah, funny, dude.
Are stupid.
You're a loser,
I'm sorry.
dude.
Accepted that.
Oh,
are you still watching this?
Nah, switch. I'm on tomfoolery. Did
That's
Food Shop go
No,
to sleep?
is the Kankle still watching the debate?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I'm not even really
Yeah,
looking
no,
for
I'm
Mike
just
on my
dealing with
screen.
some retard.
Okay, I didn't think so. I thought maybe I clicked out by accident. and didn't
Hey,
realize.
that's not a nice way to talk to the people who made you. Cute. Never disrespect the fans. Yeah, fans. Yeah.
She's sleeper rhythm.
Did you know Tom is short for Tomothy?
For real?
Yeah, ask him.
And stuff like that, I don't even want to know.
Ask him. What is your full name? He'll be like, that's a good question, Great Pill. My full name is Tomothy.
Yeah, I don't even want to know.
Fuck you mean I can't moderate this user? This is my channel. The fuck are you talking about, YouTube?
Justice reigns from your mom. Oh yeah, by the way, hi Astro, how are you?
Who?
Astro.
Oh, you talking about chat, my bad. Who the hell Food Shop's talking to?
Ooh, good bomb.
I got a lot of food shops entertaining as hell.
True.
She is balling the hell out. Food shop is crazy.
All right. Let's keep fucking watching.
Because there's no meaning behind it, and it's just
The
stupid.
internet guy.
And it's like, okay, that's not what is the meat of it. Like, how are you going to move forward
do you
in a
need
marriage?
internet
Do you
for, though?
want the government? Because there's only so many options that you can move forward, and I kind of laid out the 3. So, which
Okay, well, I'll tell you what I'd like to see.
Sure.
If you want to know what I'd like to see,
Yeah.
I would basically just say what my husband advocates for all the time, which is for men to say, listen, ladies, we're not going to marry you if your body count is sky high. We're not going to marry you if it's just a legal
Lord,
contract.
the body
You can
count
come with me to
conversation.
church, and you can be baptized and become a member of the church with me, and we can have a marriage through
sounds
the
so
church that is also
fucking
recognized by the
boring.
state, because that's the case right now. If
Boo.
Andrew and I get married in our Orthodox church, the state recognizes that, and we can get a license and all that stuff. So then if I decide, 10 years down the road, I just don't feel sexy anymore and I want to go find myself, I'm taking the kids. Sorry, Andy, like, just fuck off after you've, facilitated our
You
family
probably
for
will
10 whole
when you
years.
get tired of him
I
smoking
can't do
cigarettes and
that
blowing
because
them
I
in
would
your
have to go
mouth.
to my
Damn,
church
this dude's got no
and
life. Really
go
just
through
continuously
an
makes
ecclesiastical
new
divorce
accounts.
process, which is only allowable for very few things like abandonment, cruelty, abuse, things of that nature, right?
Yeah.
And then if say I don't want to do that, then in order for me to go and just get the legal party race to just go get a legal divorce and leave him anyway with the kids, number one, he's going to have a much better time in court because he's going to be able to say, hey, she agreed to all this, like, yes, there's legal part, but we were in church and this was our covenant marriage that she broke. I'm going to get excommunicated from the church. And that's just a much bigger, heavier burden. And if women don't want to do that, then they don't get the ring, right? If you don't want to do that, if you don't want to follow your husband and let him lead and obey the church, then you can just be a thought and permanently ride the carousel. And that's going to be
I like how she's like talking
no
about
ring,
how
no ring for you
like
if
we
you want to
don't
be a thought.
we
But what if
don't
your husband-
like it doesn't
if
mean
you wanna
anything
know
to
how
us,
change
but
the
like
laws, I think the men
she's
need
reducing
to
it to a ring. Like that's funny. You know what I mean?
True. True. That is kind of weird. Ironic.
You don't get a
and
ring.
demand that the laws are changed. They can easily lobby to get laws changed. Maybe not in every state, but in the states that do pass it, men will move there en masse because any man who wants a family is going to go to a state that facilitates it.
Would you have a body count law? Like, once you've hit this many body counts, you
No.
get married?
You don't need to. You don't need to. This idea that we need to legalize everything is also, so it's a bifurcation. You're acting like I either have to legalize everything in order to get people to behave or nothing, right? That's a bifurcation. It's not, it's a false choice. So
She literally didn't say that at
men
all.
can
So
very easily influence women's behavior by simply ignoring them when they act like stupid sluts, right? If women are out there partying and just fucking a different guy every week, and you're a good, decent man who wants a husband or wants a family.
No, she said if a girl want to go fuck a guy every week, I'm like, what's wrong with that? That's what she chooses to do when it's safe. Do you, boo-boo?
Yeah.
Family, then you just simply ignore those women. You don't have sex with them. You don't talk to them. You don't click the like button. You don't send them cash for their bathwater or any of that. If men decide tomorrow that they want to change this, it can change.
Yeah,
But at the end of the day, women still want men's attention.
Yeah, that's why women.
And you'll be left with nothing but simps. You'll just be left with an ocean of incel simps who are going to send you cash, and you can live alone with your cats.
Lord, the old lady,
Can I stop?
My ex-boyfriend is literally inviting me to meet Tucker Carlson next week. So, like, I don't know what you're talking about with being surrounded by.
Is that supposed to be an argument?
I mean, it's somebody that I've had. Yeah, you're trying to say that I don't have real men in my life who actually genuinely care about me because
I didn't say anything about you. Who said anything about you?
Oh, okay. So that wasn't directed at me?
No, it's directed at most of the American public, most women in the American public that just give away their most valuable asset for free to any random dude at a bar because he bought her a vodka and soda.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't
my
think that's
advice, my
Is she
necessarily
Canadian?
advice
I,
to
feel,
everybody out there
I
is
hear like
don't
a
be
hint of
stupid. Don't
A
do that. You can
from Rachel
be, you
Wilson.
can set yourself up for a much better life.
hint of
than
what?
That's all I'm saying.
A.
Alrighty.
You might know that I have also met Tucker Carlson.
Say that one more
Yeah.
time.
Been on his show.
A.
And I didn't have to fuck anybody
I
to do it
don't know
either.
what the fuck you're
Yeah, I'm
saying.
not really fucking anyone. He's
What
just
are
a
you
very
saying?
good friend of mine who
It's
cares about me
not
deeply.
like little
And
hosers, eh?
also,
I thought
I
he
know
was
how
your
the accent.
ex.
I'm mimicking
Yeah.
trying to mimic the
Oh.
Canadian
I'm not
accent.
I have
fucking
too
him
much audio
now.
going on. I
He's
don't
my
know. Are you
ex.
talking to
So
me?
you didn't
Well,
bring
no, I was
that up.
talking to
You didn't bring that
Tinkle.
up because you thought when I was
Oh.
talking about
A
thoughts
hint
that I
of
was referring.
A. That's you're killing me, Grey Pill.
Well, Neve is killing me. She turned her gaming audio down because we're trying to like engage. You know, I haven't seen nobody in a minute. Miss you.
It's literally been an hour. I saw you last night.
You did?
Yeah, we were talking last night, right?
What were we talking about?
Femboys, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Just kidding. Jay was, remember?
Yeah, Jay was. My bad.
Yeah. No, me, man. But yeah. No, I will turn my game volume down.
There you go. 1 out of 1. We tied now.
What's up?
Back to you, Kenko. Play the
Thank
goddamn
you, which I
video.
wasn't. But if you, I mean, if the shoe fits, you know, you think I'm talking about you saying, by the way, my ex-boyfriend is flying me to meet somebody famous. It's like,
Ma'am, you
okay,
have
that's
color
not
in
an
your
argument. Aren't you supposed to be a lawyer? Come
Do
on,
something.
give me an argument.
I mean, you have not provided even touched on the argument that is the basis of this entire premise. But okay, the reason that I brought that up is because you're saying that women would be surrounded by a sea of simps, and I know that you see my sea of simps, and so that's why I thought you were implying me. The reason I brought it up is because
wait a minute. You have a YouTube channel with 5,000 subscribers, and you've been on YouTube twice as long as I have, and mine's got like 7.3. What ocean of simps? You've got a puddle of simps. Congratulations, you're on your way, but you ain't there yet. But keep going.
Yeah, she ain't lying. She do got simps.
No, mine are people who
Like,
actually listen to me because I'm smart.
She's
But
attacking me.
keep going with
hang
your
on. Before this
argument.
continues, hang on. If you guys want, okay, you can continue with the blood sport that you're creeping up into if you want. But just know that if you're not gonna make arguments directly pertinent to the debate, then you can't expect moderation if this flies off the rails. That's just a disclaimer. If you guys want to keep going the route you can, the route you are, then you can. But just a forewarning, I'm not going to bail anybody out if it goes
Like,
that way.
if it turns into a fight, I'm going to
just
join
saying
in
if
and
she
stop
has
moderating,
an
is what
I'm
he's
expecting
saying.
an argument.
I heard too. And that's what happened.
so I laid out
Corona's
why
killing me.
in the United
Corona
States
said,
it would
when
be
two girls fight like this, you know the
unconstitutional
sex is
for
going to be
us
good.
to move forward in
Facts.
a way in which we prevent secular people from getting married, and I laid out the legal
Based.
arguments as
Red
to
pill.
why, and then I highlighted the issues with the secular marriage that I agree with you on, and I explained to you why I agreed with you on those points, and then I moved forward with how we can fix the issues with the current process. So that was what I did. All you did was say that my ideas were stupid. So
Yeah.
well, and then brought up your opening
Bro.
argument was our Twitter battle, like wild. That was some shit. I mean, I've been in debate spaces before. That was possibly the worst opening argument I've ever seen. But you go, Queen.
So you might remember that I said, if you'd like to see what I'd like to see happen, I'd like to see men say, listen, if you're not going to get a covenant marriage with me that actually means something, I'm not going to do it.
So once again, you're talking about men changing their attitudes. It has literally nothing to do with the premise of this argument. But that's okay.
I found out who Pixie is.
Are
That's her
you saying?
roommate.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that we can't change divorce law? Because you said you'd like to see divorce law change. So
yeah,
which
I'm
is
talking about the change of legislation. I would like to see changes in divorce law. I wouldn't like to just
what kind of changes would you like to see?
That all of the men in the world stop being idiots and stop simping and learn how to be respectful men and learn how to lead and how to take their women to church. I will pray for that. However, that's not the only. I'm not just going to pray that happens. That seems to be your solution. I'm actually going to try to.
Kind of already happening though, because they're just not getting married. Men just aren't doing it anymore.
She just wants everyone to get married because she cares so much.
I mean, also laughing and sticking is not an argument.
Shout out to
but
nuclear family.
I did say men can lobby to get divorce laws changed.
Sorry, what?
Yes, I have boobs too. I just don't
Not
show
good
them to
ones.
everyone.
Well, you
Well,
are
I'm
married. She's single.
43. I was young once too. Don't
Oh my
worry.
gosh,
If you
she's
live long
33?
enough, you'll get to where I am.
Already.
Hard to believe
Anyways,
she was young once.
okay. So men could lobby for divorce laws to change, and I think
Over
that
the
they
camera,
should,
look
and
like
they are already
the
starting to
pixels,
do
it's
that.
like
There's
slow.
a few different people on Twitter that I've had spaces with who are doing this right now. There are men's groups that are lobbying for changes in the law.
Right.
They are gaining steam. They're getting more funding, and
French.
I would love to see them change laws. Now, do I think every state's going to do that? No. But I think that even if a handful do and men start
Oh, he was
gravitating
ass
there
us kids.
and they have more meaningful religious-based marriages that are backed by the state as well, that this will set a precedent, right? We set precedents in case law, and then it will gain some steam and become more popular for people who want good marriages. And here's the thing, the whole country doesn't have to
You can
change,
have your good
because
marriage.
the people who want to
You
have
literally
these
can
phony
have it.
baloney secular lives with no morality, they don't have any kids. All right, they're already at like 1.2 kids per woman or something. They're well below replacement. If religious families want to have actual covenant marriages, stay married and make families, they'll have five kids, 7 kids, 11 kids, like we do.
Certain state, you bring up the term covenant marriage because it already exists. That's already an option. If you want, you could already move to the states that allow that and get covenant married.
But right now, the laws do not actually reflect that. As you said, right now, there's a lot of problems with the secular aspect
Why does she
of law,
need a
with the
fucking
state
law to do
aspect of
that?
the law that just permits
If it's church,
whatever.
if it's
okay?
built,
So
if it's
that
based in the
needs to
church,
change
why
with
does
the
she need a law?
multi-pronged approach. It's don't get a secular only marriage. Don't marry some lady who has no religious values whatsoever and has a sky-high body count, because you can see where that's going to go. So don't reward those women with commitment. I'm talking still.
Okay.
You don't reward those women with commitment. You don't give them any resources, and you don't pay them any attention. You reward the women who want to be good wives and good mothers and stay married. And that's how we turn it around. Culture
You
is
can
usually
reward the
what
whores too now. Let's
precipitates
stop.
law.
Let's
For
stop.
example, no fault divorce. Everybody likes to say no fault only came about because this increasingly secularized and feminist nation, just the women didn't want to be married anymore. They wanted to just be able to leave whenever they wanted.
That's why.
So the laws had to change to reflect that,
I don't
right?
think that was
So we can change the laws back.
I think there were other issues. I can agree with you that feminism has been a problem. Like I genuinely am really excited to read Occult Feminism. It is on my reading list. But I don't think that's the only problem. Before we had no fault divorces, we did have issues like a higher issue of higher issues of violence and inability to prove. You were allowed to get out of a marriage, so like you were allowed to go to the court and say, hey, my husband's abusing me and I want a divorce, but then you have to prove it, and that's the process within itself.
My fucking
and
ADHD meds didn't work today.
Getting the resources, especially when you're already in an abusive marriage, can be extremely difficult to even prove that to a court of law. So there were severe issues with the whole no fault divorce aspect. And then now there's other different issues with the
I am nutting on, dude.
With the fault divorce aspect, and now there's even different issues with the no fault divorce aspect. So we still have DV, obviously, but we have less of an issue where you don't have to prove it in order to get out of the marriage. You could just divorce to get out of the marriage. That being said, your husband can now sneeze the wrong way and you could get out of the marriage. She could fart too much and you could get out of the marriage. So like that's a little bit of an issue too. So we have two distinct issues, and I would like to find some meaningful legislation to somehow find a happy middle.
Well, what do you?
I don't want a gassy bitch on my arm. Damn.
I think it would be.
She can stay at fart at home.
And ability, like some sort of a separation process in which you would be able to separate couples that are struggling, and because we do have legal separation, and a lot of states actually require that you're separated for a period of time before you even have your divorce. So I think there could be some sort of a separation process where you allow people to get the information that they need to court in order to get the divorce if necessary, but still require some sort of at fault or something, especially if there's kids involved, make it even more difficult. I think there are absolutely ways in legislation that we could fix it without making it you have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt or whatever the standard was, that some high legal standard, which could also relate to charges. So another issue with DV. Sometimes, even if you can get away, you still don't want to report your abuser because you just don't want to go through the legal process. Well, when that's a requirement, that makes it even harder to get away from the guy. You have to, so you don't even want to report him in the first place, but now you're required to report him just to leave him. That's a major problem. So if we could have some sort of.
So wait a minute. Do you think that the church didn't deal with that? You don't think the church dealt with?
I spoke to your husband about this before, and he said, like, well, in the church, the way that they would deal with that is the church would look into the marriage, and if the husband's abusing them, they would deal with it within the church. And I understand that. But once again, in America, we can't segregate based off who's getting married, based off whether or not they're religious or not. So we have to allow it. And if a non-religious woman doesn't have like the familial system or the church system that you were so blessed
I think she's
to have,
actually sober
then
on this. It's kind of
she should be able to have some sort of safe separation to be able to.
So you kind of just made my point that this would also incentivize women. This would also incentivize women to return to church and have an ecclesiastical marriage through their church, because that's a community that's going to provide a layer of protection for you that the state cannot. The state doesn't know what's happening in your home.
That looked very Wednesday Addams of
and you're
her.
going to listen. Just I let you talk. If you're going to church every
notice that?
Sunday,
Yes.
Yeah.
cannot. The state doesn't know what's happening in your home. If you are a member of a parish, for you, that because that's a community that's going to provide a layer
Fucking Wednesday
of protect your
Addams.
church, because that's a community that's going to provide a
Call her Wednesday Laguna.
layer of protection for you that the state cannot. The
state
state doesn't know what's happening in your home. If you are a member of a parish and you're going to listen, just I let you talk. If you're going to church every Sunday, what?
Just I'm Jewish. Just so
your synagogue. You could go to your synagogue and they would also probably know your family. You would know that community. And, it's a little tougher to hide. I'm not saying it's impossible. And by the way, there's no law that prevents every bad thing from happening. We all know this. But if you're part of a community that's paying attention and knows you and knows your life, they're going to be able to help you a lot better than, if you have to go and file for a protection order from a random strange court that has no idea about your life.
Yeah,
and so this provides a layer of protection for women.
Stupid secular humanist.
Base?
He's technically related to Ren and Stimpy.
You?
As well as men.
This is great argumentation to encourage people back into the church. However, that's not what, I don't disagree with you that I would like to see more people in church. However, I don't want the government requiring it. I don't want the government incentivizing it, because once again, that would be a violation of the First Amendment. To even incentivize people to go to church is
Wait a minute. I believe the First Amendment only says that the state cannot establish a state religion. It does not say that people cannot be religious. It does not say that your whatever your religious beliefs are can't somehow affect the law. We know that this is the case because there are issues.
You're disagreeing with it. Why are we even?
It can affect kind of law, but
you're kind of misleading people to say that we just can't have it.
You're misunderstanding. There's several things. There's actually. The First Amendment is an entire class in law school, and then you could do 2 years of just First Amendment. So you hit on actually a lot of really interesting points in your statement right there, about what the First Amendment is. But one thing that you are missing is the state cannot encourage or decentivize religion. So if you're saying that you could only get married if you're religious, or if the state is somehow encouraging people to go to a church, that would be a violation of the First Amendment. However, you are correct. It doesn't prevent you from being religious. It doesn't prevent lawmakers using their religious morality from writing laws with that. It doesn't. You could use your religion to impact laws. You're correct on all of that, but the law itself is not allowed to encourage people or discourage people from going to church.
I completely agree with you, Astra.
Right.
100%.
But as
Super
you said
based.
in your own opening statement, this
Disagree
didn't used
with
to be
her.
the way it was. So when we had laws that supported the religious foundations of marriage, we did not have this level of divorce. For example, from 1692 to 1786, we only had 143 divorces granted in the United States, and we were still one of the more liberal areas of the world as far as divorce went. So 143 divorces over the course of 90 plus years, that's pretty effing low. I don't see why we couldn't go back to something like that. Other than this idea people have, this misunderstanding people have that our society must be secular. Religious people have every bit as much a right
Tanker, you
as
know what I
secular and
noticed?
atheist people
On
to lobby
Valuetainment
for changes to the law.
stream that Lauren was on, everybody faces up there but Lawrence. I just noticed that in the thumbnail.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's see.
And then in the description, I want to make sure I confirm this. Okay, Lauren and Kat is at the bottom of their Instagram. Janelle Gordon's at the top. Shocking.
It could have just been a fill.
Nah, I appreciate that. I'm gonna say no.
I think so. She talked about how she got onto whatever podcast because she was a fill.
Alright.
She said she drove two
Speak
people
now,
there and
forever
they,
hold your penis.
they needed somebody and then she was just there. But before that, they were going to ban her and she wasn't allowed on.
What the hell is this
Well,
intro?
my hate is on Janelle Gordon. She's on the top list.
Where's this music coming from?
I don't know. Beans for the honey, money, honey.
It's the sauce cast, baby.
Cheer, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody cheer.
That's the lame intro.
Who's watching that?
I think
Me.
Tinkle.
I forgot this up for
Here
a
in the
minute.
audience, here at home.
Trying to see who's on it.
Here at home. Anyway.
I can't see it
Welcome
on
to
my
the
screen.
Saucecast, only here on Valuetainment, the sexiest financial
We can't
show
see it,
in the
Tinkle.
world. This is where finance meets
All right,
romance. Can we
hold
get a
on.
wide shot? That's what kind of screwed me up here.
Influence?
Look at the panel here that we got going on here, ladies and gentlemen. This is a completely different setup than we typically do. And this is a completely different show than we typically do. So typically, it's, as Janelle
Here we
Gordon
go.
pointed out, we're in a
Hello.
semicircle. There's, 8,
Hello,
10
Saber.
people who are having these conversations.
All right,
I had some
everybody
friends who were
left
like,
is
hey,
red
how can
pill,
I
except
get
for
on?
the guy
David
with the
Green
cap
shows up,
on.
Boom. Kevin, I don't know if I'm going to make it or not. All right, let's boom. McQueen, that's my dog. All right, boom. Ladies, I'm bringing a roommate. Cool. Can I bring my ex-boyfriend? No, he's not invited. Boom. All right, cool.
So cool.
But we have a special panel. We're starting later than usual. We usually start at 4. We end at 6-ish. Today we're starting at 6, so kudos to the production team.
All right, just a
for
heads up, he's
getting
gonna
us
do
started
20-minute
on time.
monologue
But
before we
with
start
this
introducing
amazing
people.
panel that we have of millionaires and influencers and
I'll
dating.
be right back.
Oh shit, Pixie?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Pixie, Lauren, Jordan, the OnlyFans girl. Everybody else at the top is like married chicks. I don't recognize everybody else at the top except for the one in the red on the right. She's the one that they made a joke about stabbing somebody. The skinny girl on the far right, next to Lauren. Lauren got some nice legs. With a little sundress on.
That's Amy.
She was.
What the fuck happened to the couch?
Oh, they switched it up. They're doing like a kind of gender war type thing. So he's gonna ask like
Oh.
lame questions, and then the men answer. Then the women gonna do, which is I thought it was like very, very guyish of him, because like he have the women holds up like little signs, like a green thumbs up and a red sign for like thumbs down, and then he just keep commanding him like, okay, ladies, you gotta remember, you got to hold the sign up. Hold the sign
That's
up.
actually like a good idea because before he literally had to go to like every single person and be like, "Oh, do you agree with this?" And then somebody would go on a monologue and not even answer the question properly or like not even hear the question.
Oh, fair enough. Can't argue with that.
But we'll see how it plays out, I guess.
I got just low key. I got to disagree with you more because according to Priscilla, it's in my DNA to be very argumentative.
The government and to have their interests represented. We are supposed to have a representative government. So why is it that Christians can't lobby for a change in laws? That, like I said, it's not like I'm expecting California will do it, but why would places like, Utah, Indiana, some of the more conservative enclaves in the country, why would those places not be able to have laws changed that are more supportive of covenant marriage, which most Americans in this modern secular age don't know is a thing? A lot of people have never heard of it. They don't really
Why
know
would
what
the
it is.
church
They have
lobby
grown
for
up
more
for
marriages?
generations now with this idea that marriage is just this legal piece of paper. So
Why
why can't we
wouldn't
promote this?
they?
Why can't we lobby for
Yeah.
it? Why can't we encourage it
You
and
should.
present it to all the concerned men out there as a solution?
You can and you should.
can't combine the church
Yeah.
with the
So
church with the
why
They
law.
was
want
it that
more
you felt I was
people
being
to be
hypocritical when I said
married
I agree with
by
Pearl
their
that
religion.
as it stands now, the
Yeah,
legal
then if that's the
situation for
case,
men,
keep doing
marriage
what
in
they've
this
been
country
doing.
is not.
What?
Yeah, if that's the case, keep doing what they've been doing.
Nope. No.
What do you mean no?
No. Absolutely not.
The church already spread the lie, so why would they get involved with the legal system?
For power?
Yeah, but that's a whole different type of power, though.
Yeah. It's real power.
The law is real power versus versus the religious law. I mean religions. Well, yeah, religious law. Because religion came first before actual law.
Yeah, the church can't fucking arrest people.
Yeah, but the church can actually have people commit suicide and do like all types of atrocities.
No, the church cannot. The church has no power over like stuff in America. They don't have power. They have power over the idiots that follow them.
Yeah.
But not actual power. They just have like they don't have control. They
They
just
used
have
to though, where they could just come in, say whatever they want. Yeah, you're a witch. It's the law. The next thing you know, they got woods and stuff burning. The man coming in like, yeah, she cheated on me. Do you have proof? Yes. Look at that rash on my elbow. Yep, there you go. The Lord says it.
yeah. Fucking fuck the church. They do not need more power. They're garbage as is. We don't need to be giving them more power to be more garbage.
Not a very good deal. And until that changes, I'm not sure why you would do it. Now,
Okay,
that's
so
not telling men not to get married, but that's saying, I don't see the argument in favor of telling them they need to, like a lot of the right wing does.
Because you can get covenant married. That's always an option. You can get married through your church. You can do all of these things. And so I would want to encourage people to get married, and especially if they're religious, to get married through the church and to have all of those wonderful things in marriage that both you and I care about and want to keep. That being said, I just don't want to discriminate against people. Like, I don't want to violate
discrimination.
I essentially don't want to violate the First Amendment. Christians are more than welcome. Any religious group is more than welcome to lobby the laws and whatever laws they put in place, as long as they don't necessarily the Constitution, are totally fine. And just because they have a religious purpose doesn't mean that they necessarily violated the First Amendment. So I don't have an issue with men you could get covenant married. Yeah, so it's always an option.
Right. Okay, you can. But as the laws are now, even in that situation, women can still go to the court and have all the advantage if they do decide they want a divorce, and they can just say, oh, I didn't understand what I was doing, or, I thought I was, Baptist, but I'm not, and now I'm atheist, and so I need to get out of this. He's emotionally abusive and I need to get out, right? So why can't we, if 70% of people in the country identify as Christians, let's say they start to get serious. They look around and they start to get a little serious and go, maybe I should be more serious about my religion and be more practicing. Would you have a problem with Christians influencing government the same way that atheists and secularists do?
No, I'd be thrilled. I'd love to see more Christians and Jews influence and be active in government. I'd absolutely love that.
So do you think that... I don't know that there's a lot of Jews who want non-secular government, though. I think that in polling, they tend to be largely secular. Even if they identify as Jewish, they're not, with the exceptions of like Hasidic and Orthodox Jews, they're not very religious, and they came here, a lot of them, because they want this like secular atheist type of government.
No, because they want the freedom of religion, because they've been persecuted. I don't know if you know what's happening in Israel right now, but a lot of people don't like us. Yeah.
So are you a practicing Jew then?
No, bacon's a weak spot for me.
Okay.
Yummy. Okay. But no, my dad's Catholic, my mom's Jewish. So and that was what I was going to say too, with the statistics of like when Jewish people poll that they're secular, is because do you identify Jewish? Yeah, I'm.
Rachel asked Lauren if she was a practicing Jew, and she said, no, bacon's a weak spot for me.
Oh, that's funny.
That's so good. Oh my god. Lauren's growing on me. I like her.
My mom's Jewish.
I like her.
But am I Jewish? My rabbi says
She's
I'm
still up in the
Jewish.
air for me.
You really emphasize the ish.
Okay. Well, regardless, all this kind of to say
Yeah, I think
that
I like.
making marriage secular, trying to conform it to the
I
American
don't
system.
know.
By the way, it's up for
I
debate
definitely have
because
like a
this
soft
was
spot
never
for
like the
her,
original
for sure.
interpretation. A lot of the founders
I
did
do
not
too.
agree with this. We're going to be a secular atheist nation. It was never intended to be that for them.
Well,
They didn't want there to be.
I was
They didn't want there to
done.
be an
Sorry if
Anglican church with a
anybody spoke
king
to
who
me. I
dictated
did
things because this is
answer.
a mostly Protestant
You're
nation and it was
good.
reactionary against the corruption of the Catholic Church. I get all of that, but I don't understand why under the American system we cannot advocate for changes that we want to see based on the results. Like I said, if you look at homeless children, children who are in juvenile facilities, children who are in treatment centers for addiction, kids who have ADD and
All
ADHD,
people she
depression,
does not
children
give
who
a
are in
fuck
psychiatric
about.
hospitals, almost all of them, a huge majority come from broken homes, disrupted homes of some sort. So even if you're secular, I don't understand why you would want to continue down this path where the family has been completely decimated. So even from a secularist point of view, even if you're a total atheist, why on earth would you want to continue to see this decline where we have dropping birth rates, we have no more nuclear family, we have rampant crime, addiction, depression, anxiety through the roof? Like, even if you're just a consequentialist,
Yeah,
why would you not want what I want?
For the thousandth time, I do want what you want. I want more unity in families. However, I recognize that we have an
And
American
Grateful
legal system.
doesn't
We have a
like
justice system. And with that system,
Grateful, do you not like
Unless you-
Lauren?
Huh?
Do you not like Lauren?
Who said that? Who asked me?
Yeah.
He said he did.
Okay.
Yeah, I said I have a soft spot for her.
Okay. I thought so. I was kind of confused. Astra,
Yeah, I just
you're
all you said
bugging.
about the direction of her. She going with a show? Like, is it going to be on that red pill grifter thing? That's
Oh
pretty much
no,
my
she's
only
not gonna be.
concern.
No, she's not.
I don't
gonna be
know.
red
We'll
pill.
see.
You're
Does she
bugging.
have a show?
I
She has
don't
a
think she
channel.
will. I
She
don't
has a
think
whole
she'll be.
channel.
I don't think she'll be a red pillar. She hangs out with Pixie and all those left-leaning liberals, and she's planning on starting a podcast with them.
Yeah.
There's no way she can go like hard right unless she abandons them.
No, I mean she's still
She been hanging out.
conservative.
Well,
but,
she
like,
started
not
with
like a
that.
They could
I don't
also
know.
go. Yeah, they could also all go right. You never know.
I doubt that. I
Yeah, no, they're
hardly.
not going right.
Especially with Janelle, because she
Pixi's
said
not
her
going right.
Janelle's friend. She said her not Sneeko, but
Who
I'm
do you
sure she'll
listen
hang
to
out with them
Texas
next. I'm just
Unironically,
like making a list.
Corona,
Like
I
think
might
these
be.
people
I'm in the
like
middle of a sleep study,
anybody that's
and
like
they literally told
shake
me
her
you might
hand.
have
She's like,
narcolepsy.
"Oh, well, I've been on a
So,
podcast with you.
yes.
Oh, would you have an interview with me?
Big
Oh, I'll debate
possibility.
you." Like, I don't think like that. I think that's my concern with direction that she's taking. Is like, do you have a moral obligation of what you do as far as your platform and how you carry yourself? Because she was so consistent about being conservative. So I don't know.
I don't even know if she's like she doesn't act like a traditional conservative.
That's what I'm going by on
Yeah.
her words.
That is exactly the reason why I like her over normal conservatives.
Mhm.
There's a difference between like what hardcore conservative and casual conservatives.
I mean, well, yes, but
Yeah, I would say there is.
yeah, like you've met Jack, right?
Yeah.
He's a hardcore conspiracy conservative.
Okay.
And then like Lauren is probably like a liberal conservative.
Okay.
Yeah. She like probably believes in more conservative things like political.
So would
politics
a
wise.
casual conservative would rather wait for marriage, or like let me casually date and sleep around
That's
until I find the right one?
well, conservative doesn't just mean like socially. Like she could just be politically conservative.
So that makes you phony. That's like
No,
what
it doesn't
Candace
make
Owens-
you phony.
Isn't Candace Owens political conservative?
Yeah, but she's also a social conservative.
Jesus Christ.
That doesn't make you phony being one and not the other. You can have political beliefs and not hold the same moral and social beliefs as everyone else in your political
Yeah, but
party.
shouldn't that go hand in hand though?
No.
Like if I have really?
Yeah. Why would your prescription for economic policy have anything to do with your sex life?
No, I'm saying you said moral. So if you're saying I can separate my moral beliefs from my political beliefs?
Yes. Sort of. Depends. But yes. You like fiscally conservative. Like
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Your fiscal policies are separate from your like social issues. I could see that.
Yes. And even like even like social, like socio-political conservatism compared to like your social life can be different. Like you could believe in all of the conservative things, like no transing the kids or whatever the fuck.
Two-family household,
no what?
Like two-family households, man and woman, kids.
Yeah.
These
Yeah.
three
No
boy and girl.
abortion. Fucking no CRT, whatever, that stuff. But then be like clubbing every night and fucking a bunch of dudes or whatever if you're a chick.
Okay. So it's basically like the fake it till you make it.
No, there's no phoniness involved.
Well, here's the thing. What if you have socially conservative beliefs, but you also hold liberal social beliefs, and they conflict with each other? So, for example, how do I put this? I'm trying to think of an example, like in a conflicting statements Lauren has given.
Like
But
almost
let's say-
any conservative, how most of their beliefs are contradictory.
I would say there are many of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, for example, they say don't sleep around, hookup culture is immoral, and then you'll see them participate in it, like Sneeko and Zerka. But I don't think they're emblematic of conservatives. I think they are just crazy.
Yeah. No, no, I think a lot of conservatives are still pretty hypocritical in that way, exactly, actually, because or not exactly. I should rephrase, not exactly that way, but a very similar way, where they like have these beliefs, but then they'll just excuse them for Trump. You know, like fucking party of family values, but he has the right to cover up that he fucked a porn star. You know.
Okay.
What?
Okay, so that make him conservative?
Trump's not a conservative. He's just a liar.
Yeah, Trump's not a conservative. That guy is
A fascist. Unironically.
All right.
Let me ask you this. Do you think it's contradictory if someone were to say, I'm against hookup culture, I'm against promiscuity, but then dress in a manner that's provocative? Because that's what Lauren's doing right now. That's, I think, the issue Grey Pill is getting at.
I don't think this is all that provocative, though.
Well, what about? Maybe you should see it on the Saucecast, but it is a little bit provocative. What about her first appearance?
First appearance on Fresh and Fit. Whatever podcast. This one, Simpcast with Christy and them.
Overall, Lauren could do what she wants, and I'm okay with it. It's just I'm just confused about conflicting statements she's making. That's all. If she wants to do that, she should have the right to do it. That's what that's all I'm saying.
You mean this?
That's why I act like
that one. Where her chest sticking out.
She's
like
boobing out.
Pretty much, yeah.
Never date a bitch out of prison.
It's not like
I forgot I have her on Discord. I forgot that.
I also have her on Discord.
You think you're equal, and even
and streaming isn't
because you're upper middle
That's
class.
Pixie, by the way.
Yeah.
Streaming. Can somebody please?
She's a leftist. There's no way Lauren's gonna swing right.
Pixie's not a leftist. No, she's a progressive. Straighter Aid is a leftist.
What's a big difference between a leftist and a progressive?
A progressive is like a social democrat with progressive views. Actually, you could be a Republican progressive as well.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can. You can.
No, you can't.
You can.
Progressive is like a fucking like that's a how could you say that's a subjective term.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like we associate progressive with far left extremists
No,
or leftists.
what?
But to right wingers, they're progressive just by like advancing their own interest, and then by granting ours, that's regressive.
Progressive isn't far left. It's just it's
yeah,
like,
I think it's known politically. It's known that way. Absolutely.
no,
yes.
progressive is social democrats. Far left is like socialism on.
I think progressives are pretty damn synonymous with. I don't know. I would even go as far as a lot of the tanky shit.
No, no
Yeah.
way. But the in general, the progressive thing is just the social views. So, like, you can be technically a Republican progressive in a sense where you believe in all of the
Economic policies?
yeah, all the economic policies, but then on all the social stuff like abortion and like gay rights, trans rights, all that kind of stuff, you're like very progressive on that. But no, Pixie is like a social democrat progressive, and then Straighterade here, Aaron, is like a communist, like straight up.
Wasn't she on the Sodcast one?
Yeah, she
Her?
was. She's been on there at least once. Yeah, Erin, Straighter
Yeah.
Age, she's been on the Saucecast at least once.
Okay. I know she looked familiar.
Tree is in my DMs right now.
For real?
The Giving Tree, not the tree that you know.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Progressive is anyone that views the best outcome is one that requires multiple changes, as opposed to a communist or a fascist, which has an "this is what we must do it now" approach based.
Inko, when do you need the questions by for Kick or Keep? Because I got about 29.
Holy fuck! Just post them all in my chat if you want, or in my.
I'd rather send them to you in a PDF doc, and I might have more because
Okay.
I usually get more. I usually get good ideas when I'm on the treadmill.
Okay. Just by Sunday.
Okay, by Sunday I'll send them to you.
Yeah, just send me whatever questions you got every single Sunday. I'm gonna start just compiling like a massive document of like just like banked questions for him to use whenever instead of like show specific ones.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Okay, let's do that.
I'll actually create like a Google document for you to put stuff in as well.
Okay.
Ironically though, I forgot to mention this a minute ago. When you look at like some political compasses, progressive is on the right. It's taken on a different meaning now, but progressive is on the right.
Doesn't AOC consider herself a progressive?
Who?
Yeah.
AOC.
AOC is she considers herself a progressive, yeah. Destiny's also a progressive, and he's like center left sock dem.
Yeah. So what is progressive? Is it center left or these labels are
It's far left.
Progressive technically doesn't have a political leaning. It's just your social views.
I think like Hassan would be. I think Hassan would be a progressive.
No, he's a full-on communist.
Yeah, but that's what he sees as progression. That's the point I was trying to make earlier. That it's like
he doesn't see. Okay, so he doesn't want progression. He wants radical change,
which he sees as progress.
That's not what it is. That's not what progressive means politically, though. That's like,
it literally is.
It's not. Hold on.
He doesn't identify as a tanky or a communist, or he might divide as a communist.
He does.
But he thinks
thinks
like socialist policy and the communism, whatever, like type shit is progression. Therefore, he would be consider himself a progressive. There's a different stand. Everyone has their own standard, but it's generally just like far left thinking, socially, I guess, but also like structures and like what do they call it? Structures of oppression.
It's to get to our goal, we must do this first, then we get to the goal. Why was Saber trying to get your job? He is more of a revolutionist.
Mhm.
I'm reading my chat a lot. Astra said he's more of a revolutionist. True. He is totally a revolutionist. Fucking Hassan's nuts. Did you watch The Leftovers today?
No,
I
isn't it
watched it.
ending? Oh, the
No,
ending.
I think that was a meme. But no, it was good
That's
today.
disappointing.
Yeah, I know.
Were
For
they
real.
arguing about the Hamas situation?
Yes. Yes.
And how did it go?
I was kind
Did
of
he join-
upset that Ethan apologized to Frogan. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also called Second Thought an evil piece of shit.
Yeah. I didn't even know who that person was before this whole thing was kind of before they said that stupid shit.
We didn't know.
No, yeah, so like
Here we go.
my
Differences between progressivism, socialism, and communism.
All right, let's see them.
Let's see. Is there like... Okay, let's... Oh, what? Wait. This feels... I don't know. Hold on.
Searching out feeling.
I had a hard time differentiating between communism, socialism, and progressivism until I discovered early 20th century observations concerning different poor political ideologies, which are uncannily valid today. Progressives tend to be wealthy, private jet liberals who outwardly embrace socialism but are hardcore capitalists concerning their own business and investment affairs. Redistribution of wealth, that means high taxes, mandatory public transport, relocation of the suburbs to urban centers. For everyone else, they would reject collective bargaining and union representation on their own projects. Being well-to-do, they have no reservations about killing it. What the fuck? This is like the differences in the people, not the ideologies. Progressives strive to live an upper crust good life. True socialists tend not to have wealth. Socialists and progressives ignore that the tech and green industries, capitalists, promotion of communism. This is not what I'm looking for. What's the difference between a communist and a progressive? Modern progressives are far more fascist than communists. What the fuck?
the degree of arrogance.
I would say progressives are still for capitalism.
Yeah, they
aren't
are.
they?
Yeah.
So wouldn't that be one distinction?
Yes.
I don't think so.
I think so. I'm probably near being a progressive, or a progressive, depending on the interpretation of my policies overall. But I still believe in capitalism.
Erudite is a progressive. Yeah. Fucking Astra just said that in my chat. She's right. Erudite's a progressive. Here it is. This works. The right-left political spectrum updated.
Take the flag. Take the flag.
Social democracy, progressivism, and then libertarian socialism, and then Marxism is far left. Yeah.
Not all progressives are capitalists. That could be true, Corona Gulp, but I would say maybe they're to the left of progressives. Maybe.
Yeah.
Or they might, because look at Bernie Sanders. He doesn't even call himself a a progressive. He calls himself a
socialist.
Social, yeah, well, a democratic socialist. I think for Bernie, he wasn't happy with the progressive title. Progressives isn't an actual location on the map.
I think that was just a joke.
Oh.
Ooh,
wait, maybe not.
I will be back.
It's a type of government reform. Yeah. Okay.
I think I'm gonna take off.
You're taking off?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I'm gonna float around, see where I end up. I'll
Okay.
probably see you guys in a bit.
Later.
Just me and you, Kanko.
Best red pilled. Yeah, progressive's definitely not far left.
Yeah, I know. It can't be that. It's probably somewhere. It's like not that far left from center left, I feel like. Far left is like socialist or communist.
Mm-hmm.
It can't be. We've had those, by the way, those new labels probably developed over the past 5 to 10 years. Progressives used to be considered the far left. Now there's like new labels, I guess. I would say the majority of progressives still believe in capitalism.
The political spectrum essentialized. Left, rights violating ideologies and systems, extreme force, pure communism, socialism, fascism, anarchy, theocracy, etc. Middle, rights violating ideologies and systems, degrees of force, modern liberalism, progressivism, conservatism. Rights respecting ideologies and systems, no force, capitalism. This is ironic. Classical liberalism, constitutional republican. Yeah, this is hilarious. Honestly, this is so stupid and funny. Okay, Corona, join my server. Oh wait, I'm not in my server. Saba, go to live shooting gallery. In my server.
All right, let's go.
Paste. Okay.
Are you going to be watching the movie with us tomorrow?
What time is it?
I think it's going to be 8 p.m. your time. Hi, The Giving Tree.
Hey, Tree, what's going on?
Jesus Christ. Took forever.
Wait, are you Corona Gulp?
Yes, I'm literally trolling you. That's Corona Gulp the entire time.
Oh my god.
That's funny.
That's hilarious. Hold on. If I click on your fucking username and I go to your channel. Nope, never mind.
What happened?
I was gonna see if maybe I could have known, but I was too retarded to know. But no.
No. This is my personal channel. Nothing online. All right.
Okay, explain away.
So, a progressive isn't an actual ideology where it's left or right. That's not true.
Yeah.
Progressive is just someone that understands that their ideology or their end goal cannot be immediately just transitioned into that. We have to go through steps, and the biggest barrier to that transition, whether it's the right or the left, is economic policy, which is why a lot of progressives are very all about social reform, because they believe that by empowering the average person economically and giving them all these social safety nets and just improving their economic situation, that they can then have more like I guess more traction into changing their ideology. That's what a progressive is. So for you can still have like someone that believes in like communism, or not even communism, but like pure socialism. Um like in Russia when they tried to be all Marxist. But what ends up happening is you still need a state, like a middle ground, a middle transition between going from capitalism to socialism. And so that's essentially what a progressive is. Like by default, they become progressives because they still need a transition into it. It doesn't just happen. So that's literally what a progressive is. So and it's curious because you were mentioning how like you can have a political conservative
Mm-hmm.
where they're like fiscally conservative,
Yeah.
right? Well, that's kind of what a progressive Republican is.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it is. They're like left leaning in the way that they want like a lot of like these social programs and stuff, but it's just because they're progressives. You understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's literally it. There's nothing else.
That's
It's
sort
not
of
an
what I
actual
had
rotation.
the idea for. Like that's sort of what I like oh my god, I'm fucking fumbling through my words today. Jesus Christ. That's what I thought. Right? But I think what we were I think I said something similar to that earlier, right? I think you explained it better. But with Neve, I think it was more like when people refer to progressives nowadays, like where would they be referring to? Wouldn't you say it's more like social democrat? Like when people say, "Oh, I'm a progressive," most of the time they're going to be like a social democrat?
Yes, because that's a social democrat is essentially like
A progressive democrat.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
they are like the party that is it's like a Venn diagram. They align the most with what a progressive would advocate for, which is
Yeah.
all the social programs. So it's
Yeah.
a Venn diagram. And so that's why you're right. A lot of the left voices are more like open about it. You know, they like the labels, they like the explaining things to the point. And so you hear them more often, I would say. They're more vocal. And so you do get that like optical like reference that a progressive is more left leaning. And typically they are. Typically the majority of progressives are left leaning, you know? Essentially the idea of becoming a progressive came from the left. Yes. But it isn't an actual like location. It just happens that
Yeah.
there's this political party that is very vocal and is very progressive, you know, in
Yeah.
nature. So yeah, that's literally it.
Does Hassan call himself a progressive?
I don't know anything about anyone that I don't really watch anyone like online. You, Kat, and Jay and Neve are the only ones I watch.
Really?
Yep.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Was Jay the first?
No. Yeah, actually, yeah, he was. Jay was the first, and then Jay showed me who Kat was, and then from there, I met Neve, and then from Neve, you kind of just like popped into Jay and Neve a lot.
Dope. Dope. I don't know why I didn't notice. That's when you came in as Corona Golf. That's funny.
Yeah, literally at the same time. It's because I don't have a kick, and when I first like, when you were like first with them, you weren't streaming on Twitch or anything. So.
Oh, okay. I might have
Yeah, you like
been.
forced me to join as my YouTube. Because it was like the only thing you were streaming on.
I might not have been live on Twitch one of those days. But that's actually kind of surprising. I'm on Twitch right now.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. I usually co-stream to Twitch, but there have been days where I skipped it and like was just on Kick and YouTube. Because I'm an affiliate on Twitch and I don't want to risk any of that. Oh my god, new
yeah.
follower. Who's that?
Yeah, I just followed you. I didn't know.
Oh
that you
my
skipped.
god.
All right, well, continue on with whatever you guys were doing. I just had to explain that because you guys were like looking things up and it was just going nowhere. So yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. I'd have been the same way.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Thank
No
you.
problem. No problem.
Dope.
Oh, that solves that issue.
Indeed. Indeed.
By the way, I didn't get to finish the last 18 minutes of the debate between Lauren and Rachel because Jack was like, get on a voice call with me and let's talk.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, what is this?
Oh, this seems interesting. What's this website's name?
Informationisbeautiful.net. Weird. Hmm. Oh, I should have known that when Tree fucking DM'd me. I should have realized that. Corona Gov, duh. Fucking kill me, dude. I'm dumb as hell. I have autistic Down syndrome. That's what I've got. All right.
Well, at least it's not mosaic. At least it's not mosaic.
I've got autistic mosaic Down syndrome, okay? God damn it. I don't know why I did Spectrum. What am I doing, dude? I am off my shit today. Something's wrong.
You want to hear one of the questions that I think you might like?
No. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Jack gave me this question. I think I might have told you it already. I have bad memory, but should all people of a particular religion be implicated in the negative connotations of their religious text? For example, in the Quran, it says all non-Muslims are the worst creatures. Jack is the one who gave me this idea when he was yelling at Mantis. So you could thank Jack. What do you think?
I'm shitting my pants. That's what I think.
Okay, that sounds lovely.
It is lovely. It's actually really, it's squishy. I'm just kidding. Disgusting. Repeat the question. I'm retarded and I was in shock and zoned out.
Should all people of a particular religion be implicated in the negative connotations of their religious text? For example, in the Quran it says all non-Muslims are the worst of creatures. There's another one. This one I got from watching Wood Barbie because she likes cars and she was changing the oil on her Lamborghini. Once self-driving cars drive safer on the road than humans, should we allow humans to drive on the road?
Okay.
Well, you'll see the document before on Sunday or before Sunday, so.
Based. Okay. Oh wait, what? Sikh theocracy. That's I've never seen that one. Oh look, progressivism.
Mm-hmm. It's to the left and just to the bottom, libertarian.
A democratic socialism, social democracy.
Look at libertarian feminism. That's a little weird to me. It's to the right and libertarian.
Interesting.
I would have not expected that there.
I also like the current question, Astro. It's a good one. Oh no, it's not here. Also, Poseidism is not all the way up here. It's like here. Where's fully automatic space gay communism?
Oh, did you see what happened with Dylan Dennis and Logan Paul today?
No.
Dylan Dennis hit Logan Paul in the face with his microphone, and Logan Paul was bleeding from the face down.
Damn.
Yeah, I came up with a question because of it, so you should thank Dylan Dennis for me coming up with that question.
The Dylans coming in strong today.
Also, Dylan Dennis called Logan Paul's father a pedophile, so
dope.
That.
He is. Do you know about that?
I know that he kissed an underage girl, the
Yep.
father.
Yep. He's a creepazoid. A motherfucking creepazoid. Okay. So, yeah, here it is. Fully automated luxury space gay communism. Do you know about that?
I have no idea what it is and where is it?
Right here.
Oh shit, what the hell is that?
It's all the ones on the outside are like the extra extreme like bullshit ideologies. Like nobody actually believes this shit.
What
this
is
just like
soulism?
they're like meme ones. Soulism?
Yeah, is that like you believe in crystals or some shit?
Pole Comball. Formerly known as ego communalism, is an off-the-compass libertarian left ideology that believes an individual should be able to do anything they desire, resulting in everyone sharing all their property, both private and personal, with everybody else because it is in everybody's best interest to share. Furthermore, Soulism believes that not only should the hierarchy of the state, capitalism, or traditions be abolished, but also hierarchy such as gravity or inertia. Also, the fact that human beings can't live without eating or sleeping for a purpose other than pleasure is oppressive. Souls believe this to be possible by spiritual enlightenment or advanced technology. Soulism believes that the individual is everything and his ego's the soul. His ego is the soul. The fuck?
Sounds crazy.
And its desires for laziness, leisure, drugs, and so on have to be fulfilled in order for a truly sane society to be achieved, and this can only happen through anarchy. Soulless want to reject the physical body and its limits by leaving it and becoming an energetic soul, or by going into cyberspace where an individual can do anything they want and live in peace. They often use psychedelic plants or fungi like ayahuasca or psilocybin. Wild. Do you know what posadism is? Seba?
Sorry, say that again.
Do you know what posadism is?
I have no idea what that is.
Posadism is where you nuke the world and replace it with a communist government, or replace it with a communist society, a true communist society, no government.
That doesn't seem like an ideology. You have to kill everyone before you could create a government.
Yep.
That's not an ideology. That's just
It
fucked.
is an ideology, unfortunately, but they're meme ideologies. And then anarcho-posadism is literally where you just nuke the entire world and you have anarchy after.
How is that a libertarian view?
Because
Libertarians don't.
it's everyone for themselves after that. You kill everyone, and then everyone that's left in the nuclear winter are for themselves. Yeah. It's an idiosyncratic socialist movement that embraced science fictional ideas about nuclear war, UFOs, and interspecies communication.
All these political ideologies are just weird to me.
No, Angela, that's Astro. Astra is a woman in my chat. A fan. Watches my fucking VODs and everything. We're in my server, by the way, Angela, if you want to pop in. Okay? It's open. I'm just kidding. I know you're in bed with your husband. We've been watching. Oh, I don't need this up anymore. We've been watching this
you want to
shit.
completely
It's fluid. But that's this is my whole point to you. My whole point to you is that this system allows for change.
Okay, one at a time, please.
This system is supposed to be representative, okay? So if most people want this changed, if most people look at the consequences and they say, yeah, this little experiment sucked, maybe letting women vote and maybe making...
Oh my god.
You're gonna what do you mean you're gonna let me believe that? Like, I don't see your comments every day. And what you thought. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. That's why they're always so pertinent, except for today. Today's wasn't super pertinent. You could totally be telling the truth right now. Fuck. Anyways, I said no more strays, but I like the new Indian guy we have in the server. He's witty and funny. Ram, I think Neve spoke to him. Yeah, he's cool. I like Ram. He's in my server as well, and he does pop in to my stream sometimes. Yeah, he's nice. I like him.
secular marriage a thing and maybe just like obliterating the moral foundations of our country haven't worked out so well for us. We're in massive decline. and everything's fucked. Maybe
Everything's
we should
fucked.
You're
We're in massive
insisting that
decline.
like there's something
Yeah,
preventing
no,
us
we're
from
only
doing
getting
that
better,
because
and
we
we're in
have some kind
massive
of foundational
decline.
principles
Oh
that
my
won't allow it when that's
God.
not the case.
Yeah, I'm saying that we can't prevent people who don't go to church or temple or a mosque or whatever religion. We can't prevent people from getting married under the American legal system. We can't say marriage is only for some people and not for other people, especially based on religion.
So what if we changed it? What if we passed laws that said, look, marriage is reserved for people who are doing it through church and state together. Whatever you other people have, we'll call it civil union. We'll call it cohabitation contract. But maybe we should say, you know what? You don't get to have marriage because that's not
Astro,
what
I
it is.
will
Maybe we should just
ban
make the
you
distinction.
from my
How about this,
chat
Rachel? How
if
about
you
we
read
change all of
Rachel's
marriage in the United
book.
States to
Kidding.
marriage?
Don't do
Lauren
it,
is
though.
reading
Marriage,
that
not
book.
marriage. It's marriage now. And if you
Awful.
want to get really married, you could go to a church,
Awful.
get married,
Terrible.
and you could get buried. You could get married and buried.
I'm
So
creating my own
everybody else will have
re-education
marriage,
camps
and you'll
now.
have marriage and marriage. Does that make you happy now?
I'm gonna be a fucking
Well,
commie
what would be the
fasci.
differences? So
It would be literally the same as it is right now.
why can't we just return to the marriage laws that we had in 1840?
Because we've
Is there a
had
reason we can't
precedent.
just bring them back?
Yeah, because we've had precedent.
Yeah, but we had Roe versus Wade and that got overturned. There's lots of times that law gets overturned.
Right, like I've said in the
law is very
multiple
fluid
times-
and it changes.
Like I said multiple times, Hodges v. Overfeld is on shaky ground. I would like to see that overturned. However, other things like Loving v. Virginia, which is about interracial marriage, I don't want to see that overturned, right? And that's where our founding of people being able to
Give you a really good book rack? Hold on. What? Angela. No way.
Are you serious? No way. Did Darius impregnate her or something?
Ain't no way, dude. Ain't no way. Hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. She has me blocked on Twitter, so I literally can't tell. But you know what? I do have a burner account, so I can look at her shit. Also, Pearl's shit. Holy shit, she's gotta be memeing, right? I don't know. I'm hoping.
Yeah, she's pregnant. She just Xena, mom, arc on the way. I'm turning 28 and on the 17th. Couldn't have asked for a more beautiful gift. Yeah. Well, whose baby is it? Darius?
Yep. I love my Latina spicy slim thick girlfriend very much. Oh my god. Does anyone want to buy me a PC so I can be a W daily streamer and become a rage quitting gamer? She memed about sneaking tattoo. A sneako tattoo? Yeah. It's very possible that this is fake. Let's see. Did she single mothers are ruining this country. Yo, her replies are crazy. Her replies are crazy. Single mothers are ruining this country. Congratulations first. I hope you have at least 7. Hopefully this is a troll because I'm not sure if you're even fit to be a mother with a wrist cutting arc and all. Baby needs to be rehomed immediately. I thought that said removed. There's no shot. Don't you take protection seriously at the start of a new relationship? How'd you get knocked up this quick? I'm not buying it. Ain't no way, bro. I think they haven't been doing drama for a hot minute. They need the views, maybe. Maybe. Uh-oh. It's either the Antichrist or the Dajjal. I don't know what the fuck the Dajjal is. You know what? I'm gonna look it up. The Dajjal. Dajjal. Al-Masih ad-Dajjal. Deceitful Messiah. Evil figure in Islam. Basically the Islamic Antichrist based. Holy fucking shit. Ain't no way this is the real Kingston. No, it's not. Can't be. I don't think that's real. She's got me trolling. That's so corny. She posted the photos with Darius and said, "He's the John to my Zerka. Kill yourself."
Yeah, I
Oh
know,
my
that's
God.
insulting. Isn't that
That is-
insulting toward Darius?
Yeah, very.
How old is Darius, by the way?
My age, 27.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I ain't never
Wait, isn't
having
Xena?
kids.
Wait, Xena is 27 or 28?
I think she's 26.
It says right here, Xena mom arc on the way. I'm turning 28 on the 17th. Dude, she's 27 right now. She'll
Oh,
be
yeah.
28.
Oh, shit. I thought she was younger than me.
So her and Darius are either the same age or Xena's a year older.
Hit him! Okay, so I was like, do I stop? Oh!
He's my friend. I don't hit my friend.
Best shot wins. Hit him! Okay, so I was like, do I stop?
There's no way that's Pearl. That's definitely not Pearl. Oh, okay. I see. This is the thing that Grey Pill showed me. I don't know if you saw this. Did you see this thing?
Probably.
The is this Pearl boxing? This shit?
That's not Pearl.
Yeah,
No
it's
way.
definitely not Pearl. They were claiming it was her from a long time ago.
Hit him!
But
Okay, so I was like, do I stop?
Yeah, that's not Pearl.
yeah, no. But it looks similar to Pearl, and Xena posted it. Why is Pearl at your boxing, man? Shouldn't she be in the kitchen cooking? Unbelievable. For everyone traditional trad wife who does find extra things to do at home and keep herself busy, there are 100 phony helpmeet trad wives who do very little but use their tongues to make it sound like they did a lot. Sick. Kill yourself, Pearl. You're trash. You're literally less than garbage.
Marry who they want and having a constitutional right to
It's
marriage.
incredible
That's where
how
that
much she, yeah,
You
there's no
know-
way she nonsense.
You know what I'm gonna do? You know what? Window capture. There we go.
What do you mean? There we go. What were you trying to do?
I I turned the video into a window capture for my stream so I can play a game.
What are you gonna play?
Guess.
Sekiro.
Damn right.
Did you get past the boss yet?
Nope.
How are you enjoying him?
I hate him, and I also really like it. I want to kill myself, because holy fucking shit, but also, oh my god, it's so much fun.
That derives from. So there are certain things that I think are.
Oh, yeah. Fuck. What's a really good book, Rick? What kind of books do you like?
I know this is gonna sound bad, but I hardly ever read books, and if I read, it's only for news articles.
Really? Fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
Read some horror, dude. Horror is mad fun to read.
Does manga count?
Sure.
I have my Dragon Ball Z mangas right over there on the bottom of my shelf.
I have One Piece manga right here. Astra, what kind of book recommendation do you want? Do you want like a political book? Or do you want like a horror novel? Or I haven't read a ton. Not big on horror, but open to try it. What have you ever read horror, and are you open to like something kind of gross but also really like thrilling? Otherwise, open to anything. Fiction is nice. Okay. Like if I recommended a book that had like some body horror in it, because it's about a parasite, sort of. There's a book about a Boy Scout group in Canada on a small island in the middle of a lake. And they come across a parasite that is like military research. It was like a leak. The guy that had this parasite was fleeing the government and got on a dinghy and made it to this island, and the military sort of sectioned off the island so that nobody could leave, and this like group of young boys with their troop leader just are dealing with this guy who is just like rotting from the inside out because of these parasites. They're like tapeworms, but like really crazy tapeworms. But their troop leader is also a doctor. But yeah, it's called The Troop. It is so good. It's thrilling. But yeah, there's like some body horror in it. So like the way that they describe some of like the things that are happening with like the way that they're seeing the parasites and how their bodies are like dilapidating, and it's fucked up, but it's so good. It's like, it's not like you're reading and you're gonna go, but it's like, whoa, like that type of shit. Also, this is really good so far. I've been enjoying this. Head
What's
Full
it
of
called?
Ghosts.
Head Full of Ghosts.
Yeah, I'll turn my camera on, by the way, so A Head Full of Ghosts. And it's backwards. But yeah, this is about a family who's kind of poor because the dad is like kind of refusing to get a job and he's just going to church a lot, and then one of his daughters gets possessed, but he is kind of the only one that believes that she's possessed. The mom is like, you're crazy, your religion is ridiculous, she's not possessed, she's just mentally ill or sick. And then the sister doesn't know what the fuck's going on, the little sister. and that's who you're sort of viewing the story through, is through the little sister. And because they're poor, and because the dad thinks that the daughter's possessed, and the mom doesn't, they decide to call a reality TV show to come to their house and record them to create a television show based on their daughter's possession. So the book is around, you're gonna unsubscribe if the book is traumatizing. Don't read it then, okay? It's traumatizing. It's fucked up because they're like 13-year-old boys that are like killing each other because of parasites.
If you want to watch a fucked up anime, watch Redo.
The Redo of a Healer?
Yeah.
I know Redo of a Healer. Very rapey.
Oh, you watched it?
I watched a couple episodes, like 2 episodes.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
nothing. That's nothing. All right?
Oh, really? It's nothing.
Nothing. Weak.
Oh, yeah.
I'll try it out.
Nick Rekieta recommended that to me. Ironically.
Nick
You know Nick
Rekieta?
Rekieta? Yeah, he recommended that anime to all of his viewers.
Oh my god. What else? Ooh, if you want like a comedy, like a campy horror, read I think it's My Best Friend's Exorcism. Hold on. See what I find.
What's the name? Oh,
My Best Friend's Exorcism. This is like a campy, kind of like 80s style book. It's fun. It's pretty quick to read. It's like 300 something pages, but it didn't feel like 300 something pages. This is like 2 girls in high school, and then one of them gets possessed and just turns into a bitch, and then this group of like Christian sort of bodybuilders comes to their high school and does like a presentation in the gym where one of the bodybuilders lifts up a cross. He's like, I can only do this through the power of Jesus. And one of them felt like someone in the room was possessed, and he like called her out. So then the friend that knew she was possessed like contacted him afterwards and was like, I need you to help me with an exorcism. So like they go out in the middle of the woods to this cabin, and they try to get this girl exorcised, but the guy just like pussies out and leaves them. Yeah. He had never done an exorcism before, but he like was with his dad a bunch of times when he did exorcisms. And it's like, it's a pretty funny like horror novel. It's not very horror-y, but it's like, yeah, they're like campy, sort of fun horror.
How many books do you read? Like,
Not a lot.
not a lot?
No.
I can't remember the last thing I read other than books related to school or like work. It's probably been years. Like I don't read like books without pictures for fun. Whenever I'm reading, it's for like information.
You gotta find some fun books to read.
Yeah, something other than Dragon Ball Z or manga or whatever.
You should read The Troop. Read The Troop. It's really fucking graphic. It's really fucking good. Or Or, you know what? Both of yous, if you want something quick, it's a classic. It's quick, but it's thrilling. It's like 169 pages. It's called Rosemary's Baby. It was written in the 50s. It's a horror novel. It's like, it's horror because it's thrilling, because of the paranoia that you feel like emanating off the pages when you're reading this woman going crazy. I'm not gonna tell you what it is. It is a movie, but the movie sucks because it was filmed in the 60s. And it just like does not capture anything about the book's feel. Don't get me wrong, this movie was the most true to the book, script-wise, I've ever seen a movie. It was like to a T, the book. But it didn't have any of the feeling that the book had. The book, you could feel the paranoia. The movie, you're just like, this is corny acting. It's bad. But yeah, it is a very good book. It's short. You could read it in like a day or two if you wanted to.
Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah. I think I borrowed it from my library.
High school library?
No. Local.
Local.
Yeah. Super good book. That was one of the first horror books I read. I looked up most disturbing horror novels of all time, and that was like number 1. Not very disturbing, but definitely good.
The last time I went to my local library is when I went to go rent a VCR movie of Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
By the way, the boss with Sekiro, are you beginning to feel for him? Have you been able to take out 1 health bar yet?
Nope.
I want to see your reaction.
Pretty strong
when you
case law that aren't
When
that
what?
create precedent, which
I wanna
means it's
see your
hard to go back
reaction
from
when you
that,
beat
right?
him.
If they
Oh,
have
yeah.
precedent.
Maybe they do, but do you think they should?
If that's
Do you think we should uphold precedent, or do you think it should be overturned?
Loving v. Virginia, I think Loving v. Virginia
Hold it
should
for a
be
second right
upheld.
here.
That would be pretty wild to say that.
Okay, I
Pause
can
it.
agree. No, I
I'm
can
gonna
agree
give a
with you.
hot take.
I have no problem with interracial.
So, this is a pretty hot take. So, you ready?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
Marriage,
Loving
how-
versus Virginia, it was in, I think, 1969. It was in the 60s. That's a case because there was a state that banned interracial marriage. And in that case, I think it was a black man and a white woman wanted to get married, but state law forbid them. So they sued. It went all the way up to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court said, this state violates the Constitution because under the Equal Protections Clause, you cannot tell 2 races that they can't marry each other simply because of their race. And then also in that case, in that decision, they found that everyone has a constitutional right to marriage. That's what Lauren is talking about. Here's the thing. That case is, in my opinion, partially incorrect. They're correct in their equal protection analysis that races can marry each other, but there is no but I don't think there's a constitutional right to a marriage. And I think that's wrong precedent. When I was watching this, Lauren's entire argument is predicated on its precedent and we need to rely on it. And that's the only argument she makes in favor of protecting a constitutional right to marriage. That's the only argument she made. And it's the same argument that was used to defend Roe v. Wade. And as we all know, Roe v. Wade got overturned. But I want to repeat this very clearly. The Equal Protection Clause analysis regarding Loving versus Virginia, allowing interracial marriage is good. That is good. I agree with that. But the establishing of a constitutional right to a marriage, that is faulty.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
Interesting.
I wanted to give that take to one of you guys, and I wanted to see how you guys would react.
However,
Okay,
why is it that we have to have secular marriage except for things like homosexuals? Like, why do we need to have that? Why can't the atheists just live together? What's the difference?
Okay, why can't we have secular marriage for everyone except homosexuals? Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm saying why not just throw out the idea of secular marriage altogether and say, look, if you're not having a church ceremony, what do you need this this marriage certificate for? Why don't you just sign a roommate contract? Because that's what it is. But why?
Because
why does it have to be?
Because there's certain rights granted to you when you get married, and the government can discriminate.
But we can change that. So you there's all kinds of rights we have now.
Hang on, Rachel. Let her finish her answer, and then you can get back in.
You can also change the law, and you can encourage changes of the law, but you cannot violate the First Amendment, and that's where I keep getting stuck on. And that the First Amendment is literally the first. It was so I don't know how you want to come back from that. You want to discriminate?
So yeah, sure. So when was the First Amendment written?
It wasn't written in 1776. I think it was 1786? Was it 10 years later?
I think it was about thereabouts. Yeah. So
1786 is when it was
did the marriage
written.
laws of
1787 is when it
violate
was
the First
ratified.
Well, there was no hold on. So like before there was a First Amendment?
No, like a year after the First Amendment became law, did the marriage laws of that time violate the First Amendment?
So, that's a really great concept that you're getting at. Yeah, technically. So there's a lot of things that have been in America's history that violate the Constitution.
So it's very open to interpretation.
No, that's not true. There's things that violate the Constitution, and until it's determined in law, then it's difficult to tell. So, for instance, like slavery is violative of the Constitution. Well, I mean, we did have a 13th and 14th Amendment. I'm trying to think of an example of something. Oh, okay, like after slavery, so like Jim Crow laws, right? So those were deemed unconstitutional. However, at the time that they were currently in place, they were already unconstitutional. They were but being enforced, and it wasn't until it got to the Supreme Court that it was deemed unconstitutional. So yes, it would be violative of the First Amendment, but they wouldn't.
Okay.
Lauren is correct in this because these cases have to work their way up the Supreme Court.
Marriage laws that we'd had for 200 years
they can only be deemed unconstitutional
it
if
seems
the
very
case
open
makes
to
its way up to the
interpretation.
Supreme Court.
From what I
That's
can
the
see,
problem.
if there was no challenge to
can you
it
pause it for
until
a sec?
just now when the gay lobby started.
Sorry, but yeah, Lauren is correct. The only way cases can be deemed unconstitutional if they make their way up to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court can't just decide to want to decide cases are unconstitutional. Lawyers have to sue. It takes so many years to make its way up to the court system, and then the Supreme Court decides it. Arguably, there are many laws that violate the Constitution, but as we all know, not every person has the money to pay for attorneys and then take it all the way up to the Supreme Court. I mean, I could tell you something right now. For a case to make it all the way up to the Supreme Court, you are looking at a minimum of $250,000 minimum. But a lot of cases now, they'll be taken on by lawyers for political activism. So if you look at the Federalist Society, they will the reason why. If you look at 303 Creative, that's a case that determined that a business wanting to sell web pages, they don't have to allow, they don't have to sell their services to homosexuals because their business is tied with the First Amendment. That case was closely tied with the Federalist Society, and they helped with legal fees and supplying the lawyers there. So, because a lot of political activist organizations, they will just throw lawyers and just give them free lawyers just because they want this case to set precedent.
Okay.
That's how Roe v. Wade, by the way, got overturned. The case that overturned it was Jackson's. I think it was Mississippi v. Jackson. Let me see. Yeah, Dobbs v. Jackson.
Dobbs v. Jackson.
Yep, that was the case. Yeah.
I'm zoning out mad hard. I'm trying to fucking find like what order I should be doing these bosses in, because like I feel like I'm not strong enough.
You are. The thing is, you're doing the harder. You're fighting Butterfly, the old woman, right?
I mean, I was.
She's a little. I would say she's a little bit harder, or maybe the same as the samurai you were fighting on top of the castle. That Butterfly boss, by the way, once you take out one of her health bars, she spawns, I think, like 20 enemies for you to also fight on top of her. Maybe I shouldn't have mentioned that as a spoiler, but the only way you could, and not only that, if you don't beat them fast enough, they turn into like projectiles and they all attack you.
Fuck.
Yeah, if
I no longer
but
have the snap seed either, so.
yeah, the snap seed is the only thing that gets rid of those like enemies. They're like ghosts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
You want to hear? Yeah, she's yeah.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Tenzin Yamauchi? I don't recognize that name. Did I fight this guy? I think I might have skipped him. Fuck. Yeah, fuck. I think I skipped this guy. Where the hell did it say to go? Ashina outskirts. Outskirts wall, stairway. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, that's easy enough.
pushing this, or when the feminist lobby started pushing things, right? So why is it exactly that we cannot overturn precedent? It happens all the time. Didn't it take 200 years? What if it takes 200 years to flip it back?
So yeah, you
if
can
it can change one direction, it can change the other.
You absolutely
Yeah.
can overturn precedent. You have to overturn precedent based off. So all precedent is, especially when you're at the United States Supreme Court level, like things that are decided in the Constitution, because Marbury v. Madison the Supreme Court is the final interpretations of the Constitution. So once it gets to that level, you can reverse. But with stare decisis, the longer something has been the longer laws have been compounding upon it, because laws kind of build off of each other, the more likely that that's considered solid law. So like Marbury v. Madison, for instance, that's never going to get overturned. That's solid law. It is what it is.
I don't know. All my life I heard Roe v. Wade was never going to get overturned. I heard that all my life, that it was not possible. I heard
Roe v. Wade was
my own mother would rave about how that was super not possible. But why do you think there's where in the Constitution?
Hang on, Lauren, let her finish. I've been let Rachel finish. Rachel was responding to something. You're cutting it. Just let Rachel finish, and then you can get back into it.
Okay. To compare,
where in the Constitution does it grant people the right to marry?
Loving v. Virginia is precedent. However, your analysis of Roe v. Wade and Marbury v. Madison is just somewhat comical because of like the hundreds of years of distance between them. And when people were saying, "Oh, Roe v. Wade will never be overturned," those were like modern day feminists over a law that they just captured. But they were like, "Oh yes, we just."
It was 50 years old. That happened in 1973. It took 50 years.
So you said
50 years. No fault divorce is not any older than Roe v. Wade. In fact, in New York, they've only had no fault for 13 years. So it seems like it would be very easy
to compare Marbury v. Madison to Roe v. Wade is just okay.
I didn't. I don't care about
you
that.
Did.
What
You
I'm telling
just
you is
said. Oh my God, you did. I just said.
No, I didn't. Shut your mouth so I can talk. I know you're used to whining.
Okay. All right. The woman paddle has gone too far. We need to. Okay, if you're both talking at the same time, nobody can hear what either of you are saying. Okay. Rachel's claiming that she didn't.
Try to not act like a child.
Hang on. Hold on. Rachel is claiming that she didn't compare Roe v. Wade to Marbury v. Madison. Lauren says she did. It seems there was a miscommunication there. I don't think that's something that should be hung up on. But try to move past that. Go.
Yeah, I'm saying that no fault divorce is not very old. You said, "Oh my God, they overturned Roe v. Wade because it was they just got it," and I'm like, yeah, and no fault is not any older than that. The very first state to pass it was 1969, and the last state to pass it was 2010, which was New York.
You were a kid.
There are lots of. Excuse me, just a minute. There are plenty of states that have only had no fault for maybe 30, 40 years. There's no reason that they can't overturn it. Of course they could. And I think that it should be overturned, and I think we should lobby to change these things. And you've not presented any argument why we can't.
I don't.
Why don't you try killing the enemies around
you do though, because you said I'm concerned about.
Hang on, Rachel. Let her respond. Rachel, let her respond.
I'm thinking.
So you said when you were a kid, your mother would tell you, "Oh, Roe v. Wade is never going to be overturned." Well, when you were a kid, Roe v. Wade wasn't 60 years old. Okay?
Your mic.
Anyway,
does that connect? Is there a wire that connects to your computer?
It was like 25 years old. Okay.
No,
like, I don't know
there's a wire that connects to a.
But I just told you that no fault divorce in New York is only 13 years old. Why can't it be overturned?
It can.
Oh, okay.
It can. Go for it.
The plug that connects into your computer. What is it? A USB, USB-A, USB-C?
It is USB-C to USB-A. But this thing.
Yeah, I see that. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like on the other side. It looks like what this is plugging into. So, like, hold on.
I'm asking.
I'll show you.
I'm just curious because I might want to buy a mic like that because this mic is shitty.
Yeah, it's not gonna reach. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I could run you through some stuff to get like this interface is like $150 and this mic is $400. Yeah. And then this camera's like 1,000.
A camera's 1,000? Wait. I'm just curious. The camera, does it like play at 1080p or 4K or?
Yeah, 4K.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's a really good camera.
Yeah, I could tell. I mean, my camera is my shitty laptop camera, and it's 720p. Yours is 4K.
By the way, 723 on webcams is not like actual 720p. It's like it's webcam 720p.
I'm guessing it's like 480p or 540.
It's like flat 720p, which means it's like there's no depth to it. It's just like it might like look fine, but it's not gonna look good, even at 720. I regularly watch videos at 720p, and they look better than any webcam.
Yeah. Yeah, that enemy is annoying. He alerts everyone.
Where's the boss? Oh, there he is. Fuck. Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm gonna die before this is up anyway. Yep. I got one though. Garbage. I gotta find a way to sneak up on him.
And you're making me want to play Sekiro.
You can just watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm fucking with you. This game is so good. You need to play Dark Souls before you fucking play this again.
You know, if I get a PC, I'll probably stream Elden Ring, but I'll end up.
No, you should play the whole Dark Souls, Demon Souls.
No.
Why not?
No. That's gonna be torture for me.
No, it's not. You like Sekiro. You love Sekiro. You'll love those games.
I liked, yeah, but it was like, I liked the game. I liked Sekiro after I killed everybody, but before I was like,
You wanted to kill yourself?
Yes, I wanted to kill myself, but I was like, I know I could do it. So I'm gonna continue. But now that eventually when I got the groove of Sekiro, I loved it. I mean, right now the only Souls game I'm interested in is the Demon Souls remake and Elden Ring. I'm not really interested in, you know, at least I'm at the very least I'm not interested in 1 and 2 because I feel like the mechanics have aged too much. Maybe 3. Oh, Bloodborne. Oh, I forgot about Bloodborne.
Yeah.
I really hope they make a sequel to Sekiro or something with the same gameplay mechanics. I love the parrying, I love the combat in the game.
Based. It is such a good game.
It's incredible when they designed this game, it was only like 17 gigabytes on the PS4. Let me check, actually. I have the game right here. Oh, no, 25 gigabytes.
I wonder if I like go away. Oh.
Great, do it. I'm all for it. Yay, slay.
You're not all for it though. You're not all for it.
I am.
You're
Yes, I
lying.
am. No one knows it.
So let's let me ask you, do you think that if we say, look, no more gay marriage, right? No more common law marriage and only covenant marriage, would you have a problem with that?
No more gay marriage, no more what marriage, and only covenant marriage? No more gay,
Yes,
what?
only covenant marriage, no gays getting married, no common law marriage, no fault divorce, none of that. We go back to let's say they just go, you know what? The divorce laws that we broadly had 100 years ago, we're going to go back to something like that. What would be the problem legally?
If you wanted to do that, that would be fine. I mean, if you were able to.
I have this sneaking suspicion you wouldn't like it. Would you get married under such laws?
Me personally, I probably, even right now, I would probably want to get married in a state with covenant laws and try to get covenant married.
Oh.
Hey.
Astra, I don't know if you're still here, but if you are, if you like sci-fi-ish, or I guess it's like fantasy actually. It's like dystopian fantasy. If you like dystopian fantasy, Mistborn is a really good series. Also, if you like long, like epic fantasy, like Lord of the Rings, then I believe it's called A Tale of Kings, or fuck. It's by a it's like Brian something, I think. Phenomenal fantasy author. What is it called? Same guy that made Mistborn, actually, that wrote Mistborn. Actually, you know what? I actually really want to read this book. I've read amazing things. This probably isn't the name. No, it's not the name. Way of Kings. The Way of Kings. It's like a 1,000-page book. It's supposed to be amazing.
What's the name of your camera, by the way?
It's a Sony A6400. There's one that's like a couple $100 more. It's basically the same camera, but with a way bigger battery.
Oh, so this looks like a digital camera that you use to take pictures
It's
with.
a mirrorless digital camera, yeah.
Yeah.
Not a camcorder. Yeah, mirrorless is like the new best technology, not no more DSLR.
Okay. Yeah. So is this also like a so can you also, is it portable, like you can use it for pictures and everything?
Yeah. I just have it mounted.
Okay. As you could tell, I'm pretty retarded with all this stuff.
I'm a pretty big tech nerd, so if you ever have any more questions about stuff like that, you know, you can always ask. Let me show you something else.
Thank you.
The fuck? Oh, wait, what the? Hold on, I can't hear you. Why the fuck did it do that? Weird. Output device, wavelength voice chat, input device, mic in. There you go. Okay, say something again.
Hello, hello,
Okay, I can
testing
hear you.
1 2.
Oh, this is my interface. This is what my microphone goes into.
So the interface is separate than the mic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a Shure SM7B, and then this is an Elgato Wavelink, or Wave XLR. The Wavelink is a software.
Okay. Got all that. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, this is my little top-down overhead camera.
How many screens are in front of you? 2? Or 3? Oh shit, you have 3.
And this one's an ultra-wide. I just got this one recently.
Okay, so it's like a long screen.
Yeah, it's a real long screen. It's curved as well.
How much? That one must have been at least like a grand or 1,500.
$450.
How much? Oh, 450.
Yeah.
I've seen some like that expensive. Damn.
Let's see if I can do this real quick. I have to deactivate that here. Hold on. Boop. Let's go back to this. And It's a square. Lovely.
Are you gonna use that loneliness question?
I might. I think so. No.
Where are you flicking off?
The camera? The other one?
The other one.
Okay, I'm done doing that now. Very bright angle. It is very bright. Aster, did you hear what I said before about the fantasy books? Or were you gone? No worries. Okay. So, 2 books. I don't know if you like fantasy, but a couple more books. It's 2 series, really. Oh, shit. Okay. So, one of them would be The Way of Kings. It's a very big book. It's like 1,000 pages. But it's like supposed to be one of the best like fantasy novels of all time. It's very much like Lord of the Rings-esque, but bigger and better. And then there's a short, like there's a trilogy called Mistborn. Mistborne, I think. I don't know if there's an E actually. Nope, no E, just Mistborn. And that's like a dystopian fantasy. I have a little trilogy box that looks really cool. But yeah, they're supposed to be really, really, really good books. Yeah, Brandon Sanderson. And then there's The Wheel of Time. That one's like super popular, but there's like fucking 20 books. And Brandon Sanderson finished the last few for the guy that died. And then what the fuck is it called? Lock. Fantasy book series locks. Yeah, huge commitment. Huge commitment. Like gentleman of something. Lockwood. Lockwood? Is that it? The Lies of Loch Lamora. That's it. I think. This is it. The Gentleman Bastards. What's the first book called? The Lies of Loch Lamora. Yep. The Gentleman Bastards. The Lies of Loch Lamora. The trilogy. It's supposed to be really good. There we go. Heard good things about this one. Like, really good. Really good things. I'm trying to get out of the longest reading slump ever, so any Rex is good, honestly. Okay. Do you read philosophy?
You talking to me?
No, Astra. Looking into romance. Huh. Would you read manga? Would you read romance manga if I recommended you one?
I used to read those a lot.
I like one. I read one romance manga. I love it. It's comedy.
Which one is it?
It's the Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro.
Oh yeah, I read that. I read that twice.
Did you really? You're fucking with me.
Oh wait, no. I didn't read. I'm sorry. No, I'm missing that. I'm mixing that up with something else. But I did watch the anime, and then I read the manga a little bit past where the anime ended.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I like it.
Same.
I've read better, but overall, I liked it. I think the one of my favorites is. Let me see. 1 second. Kimi no. I want to get the English name.
What is a door romance? Hold the
A
phone.
Door. I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, closed
Yeah.
door romance?
That's what I'm seeing right here on Book Riot. Yeah, so the manga I'm talking about is A Town Where You Live. It's really long. I think it's about 300 or close to 300 chapters.
A romance between a woman and an actual door. You're trolling me. That's not real. No way.
Have you ever read a book that starts with, "As a door, I didn't know when I fell in love with Tana, only that I most assuredly was. It might have been the first time she'd laid her soft fingertips on the cool brass of my knob." The woman was too stunned to speak. We're gonna get into this, and stick around for a huge toy
Unhinged.
giveaway.
The name of the book is Unhinged. It's about a door and a woman. I have to die today. Are you fucking kidding me right now? I hate OBS sometimes.
What do you prefer, OBS or StreamYard?
OBS. Absolutely.
I used to use OBS so I could play my PlayStation Vita on a bigger screen.
Nice.
But other than that, I have no idea how to use it. So
I'm gonna reboot my OBS. My stream